stream. All right, hello everyone. Welcome back. It's me, Kronos JJ, with some more Forge of Olympus tournament recorded games. Dobr the Russian versus Suppe the Dane in the losers semifinal. So this is in the bottom half of the double elimination bracket. So the loser is done. The winner moves on. And spoiler alert, if you didn't see the last video, he would move on to play against Chemo. The winner of that match would move on to play in the final. So Dobr versus Suppe. But I'm not alone. I mean, I'm alone in this room, but I'm not alone on the internet. So I got with me Ryfang again. How you feeling, Ryfang?
I'm feeling good. I'm looking for a bit of a longer series today.
Hopefully.
We had a bit of a short one last time.
Hopefully. We'll just jump right into it. We're hoping it's going to be like a 3-hour marathon, so we'd better get into it. Loser semifinal, game number 1. Ra versus Ra. Suppe on the bottom in the red. Dobr on the top in the blue. Dobr is a Ra player by trade. Suppe is a Norse player by trade, but does play a lot of Ra. Well, not a lot. Plays some of Ra. Used to play more. Are you surprised to see Suppe going Ra?
I am. I don't think this is... Maybe this is just me speaking, but I don't think this is that terrible of a Norse map.
No, it's not. A lot of time, it depends a little bit on the RNG as far as hunt. If you get double hunt spawns, which there is just one hunt spawn, it looks like, per player. Now, I know from watching Suppe and seeing his Ra, he basically, like recently, has only ever used Ra to do one strategy, and that is a Scarab Rush.
So a counter Raw strat, essentially.
Essentially. And the fact that he built a monument before even getting hunting dogs tells me that's what he's going to do, and also tells me he's going to be doing an Archaic Rain. You'll be going up Bast Sekhmet, is what I see just based on this initial monument. Now, Dobr is a little bit delayed on his monument. It looks like he already got Husbandry, which I think we probably got Husbandry in the bottom. Oh, we don't. He should have Husbandry. Suppe should by now. Assuming he's just going for rain. There's no reason not to have Husbandry by now. So, Dobr, he likes to do a lot more of the standard Ra. Dobr, a player from Russia, is kind of... He's kind of one of those players that's like almost there, where he's really good, but just can't get to that next level. And I don't know if he will ever get to that next level, so he's kind of stuck in like that intermediate, almost top player stage, but isn't quite there. Look at this double granary. I played against Dobr.
Is that gonna hunt delete it?
No, it was close. It was close, though.
It's just the angle.
Does he have Husbandry yet? Like, I played Dobr in the recent Champions League, which was in the spring. And I'd say overall Dobr is mechanically better than me. But I beat him, and that's because I saw that Dobr loved to go defensive 2-town center Ta almost every game. And so I beat him by doing the Bast Sekhmet rush just over and over, and I beat him 2 out of 3 games, and I won the series. So I think the Bast Sekhmet here, if that's what Suppe is doing, is a very good strategy. But Dobr counters that by only going with 1 town center instead of 2. But if he grabs the second town center, I think he's in a bad spot.
I think the game is literally going to be over the second he grabs that second TC, if he grabs it, because I'm looking at the golds. It's 1 gold in the base here, and there's really no good second gold in sight for Dobr.
Yeah, there's it's, oh man, this is the low of the low gold mine spawn too. So a lot of players maybe don't realize this, but maps vary on how many gold they spawn, and Ghost Lake can spawn as few as 2 outside of your base. So that's the lowest of any map, and that's what we've got. We've got 2 per player. which means you obviously don't have as many gold mines to choose from. So Supes are here, and Dobr, as is typical with Ghost Lake, are also forward. So yeah, if Supe gets map control, and he can basically, I like the forward build if he's going.
Soup likes to do the forward build.
Yes.
I think I've seen that in the games that he has gone raw. He does forward build with it. So if he forwards builds on one of those gold mines,
and just has to cover the other
advantage in military, then sits on the other gold mine, we're gonna have a quick game here.
Now, I will say I'm not a huge fan of the archaic rain. I don't think there's benefit to it. I think you're better off aging up first, because in Archaic Age, Egyptian gets a minus 11% farming penalty, which is not restored until you research Plow. So Plow is give or take a little bit depending on things behind the scenes. Plow is a 22% buff. So I prefer to see, even if you're doing Bass Segment, I prefer to see you age up at like 5 minutes, and then just cast Rain right away, right as soon as Plow gets in. I feel like this build actually costs resources.
Does the timing of Rain, if he does go your approach and get his Rain off second because of that, how does that play into things?
You still can age up as fast as you want. Now, I like what Dobr's doing there. I think he knows that this is what Supe likes to do in this matchup, so he's going Bast too, which tells me that he is not going to be grabbing a second town center. So I like that play. However, because then his quest will be to get a second gold mine. So we'll see. Now, the early rain does mean that Dobr doesn't benefit from it. So there is that to kind of consider. But I feel like if you just age fast, like if he's aging up already, still Dobr's still getting benefit of it. So I'd rather you just age up quicker and get Plow right away. I think that these two rains will benefit Dobr more. And a few people in the chat. Caroline, Harper, hello. Snake, hello. Twitch, and Rapple. Good to have you guys on board. Here's the Monument to Soldiers. A little bit late. Might want to see that a little bit quicker. And yeah, like a 6. See, this is a lot slower than what he could be aging up at. Like he's reaching classical age at like 620.
Going back to the early days.
Right. No rush 10 minutes. Just from a batch. Ooh, Villager's cheaper. That's nice.
Another thing to discuss. We discussed the gold mine situation, but Raw being the worst scouting civ in the game, it might take these players a while to realize how bad the gold situation is. Like Supe, for example, spotted 2 gold mines on one side that he scouted, so he might think it's relatively high gold mine and not just 2.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, he's got the 2 gold mines. Dobr has also the 2. And I think this will end up with, even though Supe reigned first, I'm pretty sure Dobr will be able to age up quicker. Like, Supe is a little bit ahead in eco, but by the time, he's having to power build this with 6 villagers. That's really inefficient. That's a lot of resources lost there. Looks like he might age up right after this one. Yep. And we can see, like, Dobr's already aging up. He's also going Sekhmet. So we've got double Sekhmet. So Dobr, maybe he learned from when he lost to me a few months ago. I probably shouldn't give myself that much credit. But maybe Dobr finally learned that you can't just 2-town center Ta in every matchup against Ra. So both going Sekhmet. I love that. You know what is my favorite thing about Ra Wars? Is that...
What? The Merc spam?
Yeah, yes. And the tower spam too, and the wall chit spam, and the wonder that'll inevitably come. No. It's that in a Ra War, every minor god is viable. Whereas in most matchups, especially Mirror Wars, you can only go up certain gods. And that's like, to me, Ra is like one of those gods that like every minor god is almost equally good, whereas other gods, none of them are like that. Like every god is good for Ra. And here's the Migdal, so Dobr's just putting it right on his forward gold mine there, which is very well done. And Soup is not quite. He probably should have built this a little farther forward.
I don't know if we'll see any sort of early pushes, but it is a bit more defensive if an early push were to come. But again, I think with them both going Scarabs, I don't think we're going to see an early push.
Yeah.
Nobody kind of went greedy to leave
Right.
themselves vulnerable.
Right, I think they're both a little worried about doing that.
May take that back.
Oh,
Soup
we
does
got
have quite
second
a bit
Scarab. Well, they both got 2 Scarabs.
All right, I'm probably going to be wrong.
I don't think Soup wants this Sphinx to see his Scarabs coming. He probably should have chased the Sphinx, so this is a little dangerous if Soup goes forward. Now, the danger here, Soup is probably looking at this town center. I think you get more value going at the Migdal, but Dobr has 3 Scarabs. I don't think either of them have seen each other's Scarabs yet. And Soup should... see, the Sphinx absolutely wrecks Scarabs. I was going to say Soup should use Eclipse first, but Dobr's got the first Eclipse, but there's only one Sphinx, so I think this Eclipse isn't super great.
He's going to snipe that quickly, too.
Yes,
Good snipe.
And he's got to get on the fair.
And you've got all the
What do you
chariots.
think?
No.
What are they doing? Soup just that doing what he? Oh, wait, okay, you got the Pharaoh.
Going down is big though, because
It
coming
is.
out of this eclipse, now
Yes.
you're not gonna have the Pharaoh to help defend the counter push.
You're right. And these Sphinx are like lost. They're going nowhere. I mean, by the time they reach the town center, that'll almost
And
be
they
done.
Snipe that?
I mean, if they can
Probably
snipe
not
it,
enough eclipse.
yeah. If they go on it, he can snipe it. The Sphinx should have fallen back. You need the Sphinx to defend this. I think the town center will go down, but Soup just needs to be ready to go forward and attack the Migdal. I think you get just as much value attacking the Migdal. Yeah, the
push to knock him off gold.
right.
Oh wow,
Right.
it just got shredded.
Oh yeah, three Scarabs, no Sphinx to defend. I mean, even though it took so long. I mean, the Eclipse. I mean, it lasts like a minute and 20
He's gonna
seconds.
Get that Mickle or
I think he will. Oh, see, Soup is going back. He should have gone forward. Like, your defensive camels here really don't do anything. In fact, they're blocking the best unit that will kill the Sphinx, which is the Sphinx. This is so close. Oh, he's gonna get it. Okay, all right. But, like, yeah, in the meantime, this should have been Scarabs and an Eclipse going onto the Migdal. Because now Soup kind of behind, just because he hasn't got any value out of his Eclipse yet. And he could attack this with the
camel snipe. Yeah,
he could if there's no repairs coming in. I don't think he really. Okay, well, we've got Soup repairing.
Soup's pulling all his gold bills and doesn't have enough to rebuild the TC just yet.
Well, he doesn't have it. He ran out of gold, so he needs to get to this gold mine here. And now the
fight there.
Scarabs. Oh, see, now there's a Sphinx in defense. Like, the Sphinx counter the Scarab pretty well. And I think Soup just lost his opportunity to attack. And here's his Eclipse, but
those Scarabs are going to be dead on
arrival.
arrival.
Yeah, and I like this too. Dobr doing a really good play is just putting up some building foundations in front of the Migdal, and I guess
he should have sent him to the main TC to try to snipe that and get the 10 pop advantage.
Oh, there's absolutely no value out of this Eclipse, which is too bad. Pharaoh is getting sniped. I mean, the Eclipse Sphinx will do some damage, but he's almost dead. And these camels are all almost dead though. But there's no army here for Soup, and he does have.
Don't like the siege tower investment at all.
No, your Scarabs are your siege. And oh man, fast GG just like that. I don't know if it was quite over. Well, yeah, I guess it was. He's at 62 of 100 pop. Yeah, I mean, he maybe could have played it out another minute, but I think this Dobr's army just jumps on top of the gold mine. But the big difference here is in this matchup, whoever casts Eclipse first, the initial damage is usually the best. So Soup kind of held on to that too long, and then Dobr used it really early. But I mean, because it lasts a minute and almost a half, he's able to run all the way around here. I mean, it was the longest path these scarabs could travel, and it still worked.
It's such a strong god power, and there are no counters out early. You just have the pharaoh and the one priest and the sphinx. But
yeah, because I think if
with Soup going second, it gave Dobr an extra minute and a half plus to get out heroes to help defend the opposing eclipse.
Yeah, 'cause I think here, if Soup uses his eclipse first and attacks the Miggle, I think Soup wins. And it's really just a difference of who uses eclipse first, given their openings. But that's fun. And Rappel, he agrees too. And I agree so wholeheartedly that Ra is one of those gods that, depending on how you play, can be the worst god to watch or one of the most fun. It just depends. And this is fun. This type of gameplay is fun to watch. Yeah, kill death is absolutely the same, but we can see, I mean, the damage that was done to Soup was just so much more. And we can see that by the time the rain ends, I guess it's pretty even here. Like their resource count ends up almost the same. So maybe it doesn't matter as much as I maybe thought it was. I don't know. That would take some math to figure out, does Archaic rank better or not? All resources pretty much the same. The score, Soup is way ahead because of the early scarab kills. That gets a ton of score to him. And then, yeah, we can see at the end, this is when he's repairing and no mining, and he's done. Any last thoughts about this game before we head into...
Really, just who pressed the eclipse button?
Yeah, sometimes... I mean, obviously there's a lot more to it than that, but you're right. I mean, sometimes these games can really come down to just one little thing. Oh, I forgot to do predictions. I think Soup will end up winning. Rappel, you're right. I mean, it could be any god. Like Odin King, yeah, he just booming and going Rag Titan. Who wants to watch that? I mean, Norse can be fun, but I think the problem is with Ra is most players play where it's just boring to watch because that's easier. An AoE 4, the score is disabled. Do you think that could fit in AOM? It could. I mean, I think in a way. Well, here we could go down this rabbit hole quick. What do you think of being able to see the score and, even more importantly, Raifang, the settlement count in Age of Mythology?
I personally like the settlement count because I think it keeps games even, a bit more even. Like there's less of a guessing game going on. I know obviously it punishes scouting, but again, not all civs and AOM are equal in scouting. So,
well,
Raw,
scout,
for example, is terrible at scouting. So I like how it kind of, in AOM at least, it balances things out in terms of making it less of a guessing game and more of a skill matching game. AoE 4, obviously, everybody gets the same scouts and can be on equal footing in terms of scouting, so I don't think it's as critical there.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting not having score because it does tell you a lot. I mean, you can see when a player's score drops a lot, that means they're putting a lot of resources into attack, which generally is aging up. But I'm going to disagree with you. I don't like that you can see town centers without scouting. I feel like you should have to scout it in order to know. Like, I don't know. Of course, for me, half the time I don't even notice when my opponent builds a town center anyway, so maybe that's why. Like, it doesn't matter to me. I don't even notice anyway. But yeah, I think you can go either way with that. Why would Soup play Ra? I don't think we'll see a lot of Ra, especially after this loss. I'm expecting to see some Norse incoming now. All right, we are seeing some Norse. So, Dobr, he is a Ra main only, the Russian Ra, and we'll probably only see Ra from him. He's red, so Ra red. It's easy to keep track. And then Soup over here. There's your Norse. You asked for it. Odin on Tundra. What do you think about this matchup, right, Fang?
Obviously, this is Soup's home map after losing last game, and a Norse favorable map with lots of hunt, especially for Odin, who really benefits from the extra hunt. And um, depending on the gold, it can kind of be a sketchy map for Raw. Again, it varies a bit, but
He's
we'll
got a
have to
pretty
see how
good
the
gold
map
mine.
plays out.
This is about as solid of a gold mine as you could ask for in Tundra. It's pretty solid.
What if he forest fires that forest, though?
I think it's better for Dobr then, because then he doesn't have to run around. I mean, this one here. I think if this tree line gets forest fire, that's in Dobr's benefit, because then he has a more direct path to the gold mine.
Soup's got a pretty nice second mine right near his TC and tree choke points as well.
Yeah, the scary thing when you start talking about this matchup is, as the Egyptian or the Odin, I mean, is that you can get lamed pretty heavily by Ra. The rock raids can be super tough to deal with, and you'll see players like Chemo that are kind of on top of their games mechanically that can keep up with the rock raid, and it can be super, super hard for the Odin to be able to react and actually defend it. And then you can even have like a shifting sands where you shift like the enemy Hersier early Ulfsarks and do a box, and it can be one of those matchups that can be over pretty quick if they're, and then you've got also the Locust as well. So like if the Ra could get a lot of early damage with the god powers in the rock, it's kind of one of those things where the Odin can feel like it's just hopeless.
The Locust is what always scares me. I don't know if a heroic god power in any matchup that can end a game as quickly as a good Locust against a Norse, because the Norse is almost always going to go, or not, it'll generally open one TC, and if Locust hits while they're low on vills to begin with, there's kind of no recovering from the Norse perspective.
Now, does this temple tell you that we might see a Heimdall rush?
I think that's risky, but go to Dobr's base for us.
Look at this gold mine!
Not the greatest of gold mines.
And Dobr, does he grab a second town center because that's what he likes to do? I mean, this is, I mean, even if he goes,
he's not going to scout that either as Ross, so, and that second TC is kind of in.
I mean, this is like an useless. Yeah, it's useless to grab. Now, Soup probably doesn't want to fly his Raven in right away because based on the timing, the red player can tell if it's coming. Now, he's kind of predicting. We are seeing a Heimdall. Yes! Oh, that excites me. We are seeing some early walls where Dobr is. This is pretty reasonable to do this because this is an easy way for you to lose is the Ra here. Now, having said that, a well-placed undermine will clear all of this out and the tower. So this is basically just to make the Norse use undermine right away. But yeah, if you aim it, which you can aim it, you can put it right through here and then the tower is useless. So we'll see.
Being Odin, you also have the two Ravens that can camp each of the secondary gold mines. So if you get knocked off that one gold mine, there's kind of no coming back.
And yeah, he knows where the gold mine is. So that's good. I don't think he should maybe show the Hersier right away. It doesn't. I guess it doesn't really matter because as soon as you see Heimdall, you know what's coming. So here, yep. Oh, he misused. Is he gonna get lucky? Is it gonna go the right way? Oh, he got lucky and it went the right way. I think he used the undermine right on top of the tower, in which case it randomly goes. But oh, he's getting all of the walls with the undermine. Tower walls.
How does the Odin player play this? Do they spam the myth units? Do they spam units? Do they try to counter tower?
No,
the most effective way for the Odin to play this.
You don't tower. It costs too many resources early. I think you go actually into like a little bit of throwing axemen and raiding cavalry, throwing axemen to get some range damage in, and the cavalry to kind of pick. So he did the initial attack. Now it's nice because it is forcing Dobr to grab the barracks right away. So now Dobr's not grabbing the town center, which is the right thing. Dobr should probably try to rush a wall right now.
I actually like Dobr's barracks placement because it creates a bit of a choke point through there. Because or actually, never mind. I was thinking in terms of forest fire, which is not going to happen in this game. So yeah, I take that analysis back.
I would have probably put them right next to the gold mine to block. I mean, the danger is if you start losing your fight, you lose your barracks. But in my opinion, if you're losing your barracks and losing the fight, you're done anyway. So the early pressure looks... This is why I almost would have maybe thought it would be better to kind of hold it. Because nothing's happening. So like... Well, you can't go in until you get some units. Otherwise, the Pharaoh and the Shifting Sands just absolutely wrecks everything. And we can see there is a box here. So that's the downside of having already used Undermine, is that if he gets shifted into this box, he's not getting out. Going for a raid, but I think you gotta...
Does Dobr consider a secondary tower?
That's a lot of resources to put. I think Dobr's expecting that with Shifting Sands and the Pharaoh that he'll be able to defend this. And here come a few Axemen in now. Oh, Spearman. Don't want to lose him for no reason. He's going to go down. Now, this does slow down the Ra a lot, so we don't really need to see Soup like diving in and committing suicide here. Like right now, this is too far. Yeah, he's got to go back. Like the double, I love the double Wadjet though. Wadjets are so strong. They don't see a lot of use because you don't often see these situations, but Wadjets are really good. And Soup, a little bit, he's housed right now. Not a lot of gold, but not a lot of other resources. Dobr, is he gonna go forward? See, this is where I like going forward here. Because you go
Shifting Sands. I
yes.
think Dobr's got the numbers advantage.
Yes, especially if he manages to get the hearse here. In which case you can kind of aim your Shifting Sands to not grab the raiding cavalry. And there's the Shifting Sands. Into the box. You got
That's a really good one.
Yeah, we got four. Three missed. Yeah.
If those
and now
in there.
See, I don't know if he can.
The food's right there too, which could be that could doom Soup.
And there's no Iron Jar out yet, and you still got the Pharaoh. Like the Pharaoh is the scary unit here because he just pummels everything. We see a little fight here, trying to get it. Yeah, you don't want to fight till you get your Wadgets in. Where's this? This Iron Jar is training so slowly. You'd almost rather have a Herseer pop out right on top of them. And here's the Sears coming in. We've got the Iron Jar. Pharaoh getting picked off. Not good where he went. He should not have gone that far forward. So the Pharaoh goes down. And that might be enough to win this game, this match here, or at least this battle, because now there's nothing to kill the Iron Jar. The Wadgets have to run. There's only a priest. And, I mean, you got more units for red right now, but he's got only one priest.
Think that one as well as it could for Soup.
Yes, it did.
Good unit micro pushing those Wadgets back. If you can finish them off, that'll be huge.
Yeah, that was all of, I think, really all about the Pharaoh getting out of position. He should have stayed next to his Wadgets. He went too far forward and got surrounded by the raiding cavalry. And now Soup trying to pick off. There's a lot of low hit point units. Try to get the priest. He's only got one hit. Come on, get him. All right, nice job, nice job. And you got that Wadget. Wadget's tough. I mean, we saw two Wadgets go down, and those things are worth a lot in these early fights here.
And those the Norse heroes are just so bad too. So once you kind of thin the initial 3 or 4 Norse heroes, it pains them to have to remake those. So as long as your Wadgets survive that first fight and the heroes get picked off, then you get even more value out of them. But Soup with the good unit micro was able to get the Wadgets down with his initial heroes.
Yeah, I don't think the Herseers are so slow. They should never have. They should not have gotten in on those Wadgets. But still, I mean, it's still close. I think Soup here just needs to build up his army a little bit more. He's taking a few losses here. He needs to get some more throwing axemen. I don't know if he should turn and fight. Oh, well. Dobr's scared. I guess we do have 2 Iron Jar. But Soup needs to build up, I think, a little bit more throwing axeman numbers. And Rapple is
massively behind in the rage damage department, which is when he's taking these mini skirmishes and has barely any range units versus the priests and wadgets and slings. He's losing these trades.
Bridle of Pegasus, another. You could get even more flying scouts. Oh, he's gonna grab it. Look at that.
What's Dobr on the bottom? Is that Hunt Phil's outside
It's Hunt.
the base?
Yes, it is.
Alone? That's big, being able to steal that food.
This is a big fight here. I mean, it's the Pharaoh is so huge. I think Dobr is in a pretty risky spot. He needs to be careful. If he can fight in this choke point, he's golden. But if he comes out, oh, I think Dobr fights that there. I think he was in a really nice spot with that choke. Because what he doesn't want to do is fight here, which might happen now. Because this is a wide open. Yeah, this is wide open. This is... You don't want to fight here if you're Dobr. I think maybe it's a mistake to get out of the base. Because what this means is Dobr has to defend 2 spots now. And
buying Soup time.
And the Egyptian army is just immobile. So now you could kind of have Soup kind of go back and forth. Like right now when he sees these units here, run these raiding cavalry out, run these raiding cavalry in. And he can kind of do that over and over. And I mean his army is kind of stuck with these Iron Jar, but yeah, get these raiding cavalry in and oh, this could be big here. I mean, look at this. They're completely out of position. Like what are they doing up here? Now get the raiding cavalry to trap.
Soup's running his food bills away as well, so that's
oh, he could have trapped a little bit better, but he's going to pick some units here.
He's usually really good about splitting his units in the raiding cav, so I'm
yeah.
kind of surprised.
Yeah, he could have done more there.
there.
And now this is a dangerous spot for Dobr to be in. Out in the middle, he's bringing some Vils into tank. I like this. He needs to get on the Pharaoh. Oh,
running the slings forward is interesting.
Well, I think he misclicked. Ooh, I think these villagers coming forward here might actually win this fight.
Not a lot of units on the heroes either.
Oh, yeah, you gotta get out of here. I mean, I think as soon as Soup sees those villagers coming forward, he runs. And you can take some losses on the way out. That's okay. Soup stayed there a little too long. As soon as the Vils come in, you run out. And now the villagers are going to come forward. And we're going to see some villager fighting. Maybe, I think it's worth it to jump on all these houses with your villagers, maybe, and pound them down. And now, I mean, in the end, that didn't go as well for Soup as I thought it would. But I think as soon as he saw the villagers, he should have just pulled out. He stayed in there a little too long. He's also not on a hunt. Maybe a low hunt Tundra, actually. And the raiding cavalry come in. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it would have been better for Soup to just raid the Vils and maybe move out. But, see, what do you think of Dobr just running past the base here, the forward base?
I think he's got to be looking for eco, like the gold vills or the food vills, but obviously being raw, he doesn't have that much scouting info to work off of in terms of finding where to push.
But do you think he should have just stayed here and cleared out this base?
I honestly don't know, because you lose the Vil time if he has no army that can kill stuff fast, like the Egyptian.
Oh, you could get the houses.
Mostly range units and is very slow to kill stuff.
Nice little raid here. See, I think the army should have stayed here.
Leaving the Vils alone on top of your enemy's unit production, however, was not a good decision.
And the other question I've got for Dobr, why in the world is he on that gold mine? Why not this one?
Because he set the Vils forward to kind of harass and then just went to the closest gold after that.
These are nice. This is a nice area to fight in, though, for the Egyptian, right in between all the buildings. Like, he's never gonna get at any of these range units.
Yes and no. Good because yeah, the pathing is limited. Bad because your opponent has instant reinforcements coming out.
Oh, the frost! I didn't notice the frost. Just use it right now. Just frost this whole thing. You don't
Get
want to
the
lose your
eco
frost
too.
giant. Get
Oh
it
my
all.
gosh! Don't
No!
frost.
Frost
Oh,
the whole
rain's active.
thing.
Rain's active. Rain's active.
Oh, rain's active. You're right. You're right. You're smarter than me. That's why I got you around. Now you frost this whole thing. Get it all down. There we go. Yeah.
Oh, losing that one frost giant if you
Just kept it in the
saw it coming
temple.
and kept it. Yeah.
Well, maybe he didn't think about the rain.
That probably is the most likely explanation.
Yeah, this is huge. I mean, it's so many villagers. How many villagers is it? It's 12? 12 villagers that are just doing nothing.
Such
Dobr?
late rain that typically that never happens. That the rain blocks the frost naturally.
If Dobr ages up here, he loses.
I'd like to see the axeman move to kind of camp the incoming units that aren't frosted. Like that axeman is getting a free kill on the hero when it could have been picked instantly by the.
Yeah, you want to kill. Where is? I can't even see. Where's the pharaoh? Did he kill him? See, Dabr's trying to age up. I don't think the age up is. If he ages up, he's never going to get a gold mine. I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I guess he could market trade. He's going up Hathor. The villagers got to run out. This army is now completely defunct. Nice building block. Get on all these villas. Get the wall. Oh, I love it. Oh, man. These villagers are so clueless. Their minds are frozen.
So low.
Villager massacre. Right here. The pharaoh's trying to come out. I wish I would have noticed Suppe aging up because I did not see that, but
That's probably partly why he was losing the ground fight for a bit there in Classic.
Yes.
Stockpiling some resources and why he was
I
trying
like
to spam
this.
production buildings as opposed to units. And
yeah. And that's the danger too. Fighting forward like that. Like the frost is just so scary in that situation. I feel like Dobr should have tried to flatten all the houses and stuff with his army. But we're past that stage. Dobr is now up. I don't know where he's going to get his gold because he has no gold. He's going to have to market trade. We could see a Locust coming soon. I don't know if he'll use it here. I mean, it's very tempting because you see all of this.
bait the vills to attack and then use it.
All right, there it is. There it is. 4 villagers down. Maybe kill a few more.
I think those spearmen are
Bring him
quite
in.
low.
Bring him in. Oh, man. But in the end, I think the prize here for your Locust would have been down here, but they didn't know it. I mean, it's Ra. That is the one downside of Ra is the lack of scouting. We got the Migdal in the face. Or the
I don't know
hill
if I
fort.
like that though. Like you just need a gold starve him and that.
Right. Would have rather seen it down here.
Although he does have the
But that's okay. But I like it.
that he can flex a little.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, that frost just changes everything. It's so good.
I think Dobr kind of ran out of food in terms of his classical fighting. I think that's why when he took the map control, he had a mostly like 80% sling priest army, which couldn't really kill buildings that quick and wasn't really reinforcing with spears or axemen because I think his food economy had run out at that point.
I think
That's when he transitioned
yeah.
to farm.
I feel like he was a little slow to get the farms. Like, in that situation, I would have not gone to this hunt. I would have stayed in and just gotten an earlier farm as we see a big push on the town center. I don't know if this should be what Suppe should be doing.
And he's getting bill kills and is already massively ahead on bills
Yeah,
to
I
begin
guess. I guess.
with. Like, what? Look at the bill count.
30 to 43. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, it's much closer than I thought.
But now we have just now got the Migdal up, and I think it's
Not a good position for that Miggle.
well, where else was he gonna put it though? Is the problem. And we've got, I mean, the army is kind of dwindling a little bit here for Suppe, but that's not a big deal. I mean, now here come the frost giants. These things are so scary as a rock. Your heroes tickle these things. But yeah, he has no gold now. And that's going to be it. GG, just like that, 1-1. So on the back of the Heimdall Rush, which in the end didn't do a lot of damage, but it got Dobr out of his comfort zone to a classical fight, which looked good until Frost. And Frost just is such a strong god power and just completely flipped the way the game was going there. And that's it. GG. This is fun. I like these games. Classical Age Raz is fun to see.
I think Dauber's issue there was, one, I think he messed up his food transition a bit, and two, I think you really either have to go all in classical, like max pop, like just keep making units and try to outnumber your opponent to death and then knock him off of his gold and food, because once you get the unit advantage, he's not really coming back from that, and you can knock him off his defenseless gold and food sources. But Dobr, I think in part because of the food being messed up, didn't really go for that all-out push and stalled, and I think he tried to harass the top gold, but obviously there was nothing there. He didn't have the scouting info, and he missed his window to kind of get back into the game or take and press his advantage. And Suppe, meanwhile, kind of had his eco untouched and was able to jump heroic because of that. And then the Frost doing double damage because Dobr put his gold forward, which you complained about, and ended up hurting him even more than the initial harassment, because he then got frosted and killed with all those vills from the Frost, and when it would have just been his army without the vills there.
Yeah. And the reason I said that he shouldn't age up being Dobr is because he was going to get nothing out of it. Like, legit, what did he get out of the age up? Nothing. He had no gold. He had to sell all of his wood. He makes 4 or 5 Migdal units, maybe, at the most. His Locust kills 4 villagers. And then he never got anything out of his Petsucho. So basically, he spent 1,300 resources to age up, and he got no value out of it. So he... And looking at Suppe, like, a lot of times you're like, I can't stay classical and be fighting an age down because I'm behind technologically. But Suppe doesn't have anything from heroic age other than the Frost Giant. That's it. Everything else, he's still sitting on classical age upgrades. So Dobr was in a bad spot here. He would have been a little bit better if he would have just stayed classical. But with going forward like this and getting everything frozen at the same time, I don't know if he had a way out at that point, but certainly aging up wasn't the way out. That was fun, though. I like these kind of games. Yeah, resources, you can see Dobr's behind where he should have been by resources. One thing I did notice is that there was not a lot of priest empowerment. Like, you needed, and that's why I don't like going out of the base, is that you need to keep your priests in the base so that you can just be empowering and then fight when you need to and then empower again. So coming out like that, you kind of lose all that eco, and then you can see, like, I mean, this is a little too far behind. But you know what? When you're watching, it's easy to see. I would have lost as Dobr here, so that's all good. Nice early fight. I like the early fighting for Dobr, but it is what it is. Fun game, fun series so far. I like it. A little bit of chat. Sorry, I'm not quite keeping up with the chat, but I appreciate the comments in there. Rapple thanking Cuddy for the gifted subs. It's always good. Cuddy's a good guy. So is Rapple. So is Rydfang. And let's see what else we've got. Some other questions in the chat. Cairo says, Kronos! Snake says, Imagine Forest Fire. Ooh, Sigma. Eggy, classical fight, my favorite. Yup. Yeah. And Rapple also mentioned that you can divide, like in the situation where you forward build as the Norse, you can divide your military buildings so they're not all in the same spot, so you can regroup after the shifting sand, which I think that's good. I didn't really think of that, but yeah, because if all your military buildings are in the same spot, you can't really regroup. Javier says, Papa! Daiko 3 followed. And Dobr is not Zodiac. They are different people. In fact, Dobr plays Zodiac a lot. Hathor's advantage over Sekhmet. The rock, the mercenary technology, and locust. All very good.
And the bricks.
And sun-dried mud bricks. Yeah, Hathor's got some really good techs, too. It's more, like, I see Hathor as the lame Ra player god. And Sekhmet is the cool Ra player god. So I don't go Hathor, because I'm pretty cool. Oh, I don't have my Santa hat on. All right. 1-1 here. Should be, I think, a Dobr home map. Let's get into it. Ra versus Kronos on Anatolia.
How did I know that?
Woo-wee. Kronos Soup is just throwing all sorts of gods out here. He's like, he got a dartboard on the wall, and wherever the dart lands, that's the god he's going with. Kronos on Anatolia against Ra on Anatolia.
I don't get the Kronos pick. I don't know. I don't think Kronos has anything special that it's going to allow it to push a turtling Ra on this map. It's also one of the best maps for dock spam, so the deconstruct probably isn't as effective on this map as some other water maps.
Yeah, I agree with you. Mostly.
I mean, I guess it can help you win one side of water really quickly, but again, I still think his issue is going to be on land, and how do you push the Ra on this map as Kronos?
I mean, my argument here, though, is that I think that Odin still does really well on this map. In the olden days, I think it would have been, Odin on against Egyptian and Anatolia, you're out of it. But I think by now players have kind of found a way to play with Odin here, to the point where it's not an instant loss. I think it's actually, I'd say it's a pretty close matchup, if not maybe Odin favored, because I feel like Odin should be able to take control of the middle. And then you put the Ra in a decently tough spot. As we see, but Kronos, maybe what Soup is going for is that Dobr is weak to early pressure. And maybe he's thinking, as if you're Soup, that oh wow, he's really jacked up his build, though. He's got a lot of idle down center time. Ooh, not good. I don't know. So yeah, maybe Soup's thought is like, I can, rush Dobr and he won't be ready for it. But I mean, if you're facing Kronos here, isn't that your only thought, is the Ra?
I don't know. I think even if Soup does early game pressure and does get an early game advantage, I still think he'll have issues closing the game against Ra on this map.
Because as I see it, Kronos is never going to be able to win both sides of the water. So you're basically going Kronos here to get one side of the water, but then you're even. One side to one side, but now you're going to be going into mid-late game Anatolia
as one-sided Ra with water.
Right. And Atlantean, yeah, and Atlantean versus Egyptian, that's not going to work. So, but we'll see. Maybe Soup's got some sort of magical strat that we've never seen before.
I think Soup's main or only chance is he's really got to win that bottom side water clean.
He's really slow, though.
Dobr, would you have gone for a third? I guess he wants to keep fishing boat production going. I'm almost wondering if would it have been smarter to go for the early third dock on one side to make sure he doesn't lose that side clean? Early deconstruct, or better to just continue the fishing production by docking the opposite side?
Yeah, I like this because if you're up here already and you lose this side of the water, it's not a huge
still
deal.
Going for the early
and he's
third
still
dock
getting it
smartly.
He's gonna age up pretty slowly, though.
Oh yeah, going for the
the 530 maybe.
4 docks before our temple.
There's the temple. I'd like to see maybe a little bit faster, but see, well, here's another thing with where the oracles are. he's not even going to pressure the docks. So this seems just a little disjointed to me, unless he's going to just go up on this side. But this is where you're greedy. And if he splits his attack on the two sides of the water, he'll likely win neither. You know, because it looks like he might be trying to push this on land.
I think pushing top's going to be smarter because he's just going to have the 2 docks if you deconstruct one and harass the other. Okay, I do like this switch up by Suppe. I think it's a really smart decision because if he pushed into the 3 docks bottom, he just would have been.
Well, there's going to be 3 docks. There's going to be 3 docks top.
He's got to spot that dock going up. Did the Oracle see the villager move over there?
No, the Oracle hasn't seen anything.
Yeah, the second Oracle that's kind of inward on land and not helping watch the coast for potential docks going up.
He might not even know there's docks up here. Hello? Yeah, I don't think he knows there's even docks.
He's gotta be smart enough to check.
Well, I mean, this villager running away should tell him. But yeah, I don't like this. I think you don't make any boats down here because what value are you gonna get out of it?
Into the double dock is just gonna lose you resources.
Right. I don't like this. This is where I mentioned it earlier, is that you can't try to double fight both sides of the water. You can go on one side.
No valor to kind of start chipping away at docks to the top either.
Yeah. So, like, this isn't going to go anywhere. We see a few biremes getting built, but now that Dobr is up, I mean, we're going to see a few... You know, all it takes is probably 2 cabinets, and he can defend this. And it's too late now to attack on here. So, I don't...
He could have got like a half a dock down, deconstructed 1 dock, and then the 3rd dock should have been denied top, and he'd have 1 top clean at least.
Right, because if these biremes are on the top, he probably almost has the top 1 already. And he's not going to be close to winning anything.
Going heavy on one side against the 4 docks there is just
a little lost.
Anti-in with the weaker ships and just the speed advantage, which goes away on this map.
Floating 400 food and nothing else really is Suppe.
At this point in the game, I'm just asking, why did he go Kronos?
Right, because he's really done nothing.
What benefit has Kronos provided?
Nothing. A little bit of a fight here, pushing the cabinets back, but I mean the cabinets just sit underneath the dock and they'll be happy. And we do see a bireme up here, and the Wadjet is...
I think the Wadjet's really good.
If he can get it, it heals with every shot. He's not going... Oh! Barely got it.
That is huge, actually, because that thing just eats away at the Murmellas and stuff, so getting a free pick of that pre-Valor is really good for Suppe.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if nothing happens up here,
right? If he gets that 1 dock down for free and then deconstructs 1 dock, he's 1 top.
Mm-hmm. So in the end, all of our whining and complaining might be for naught. We see a big push here by the cabinets.
Dobr's also overcommitted, but he's gonna win bottom. But that's a massive commitment to win one side of water early.
Right, it is. I don't necessarily know if he even wins this fight, given that 3 cabinets are down here. And now he's fighting under 2 2 docks. I mean, it'll probably end up being pretty even.
Got the numbers. I think he'll still be fine, but he took way more damage than he should.
Yeah,
definitely committing more resources to win this side.
Yes, and that's the thing. Even if he wins this, I mean, he's not gonna be able to kill the docks. So,
like, look at Suppe. Yeah, the Peruk timings are looking similar. Although,
deconstruct. There's the deconstruct. Okay. And he's got just 1 cabinet down here, and the fight continues on the bottom. A lot of cabinets, though.
Bottom. Yeah, Suppe really needs like a 3rd dock there.
Yeah, I think Suppe just should have stopped production. And he gets that dock down. See, if Soup would not have built all those boats down there and would have just kind of let Dobr overproduce, Soup could have like 6 boats right here and be winning this side. As it is, these docks might go back up, and then that will, yeah, see, he's a little slow in getting these docks up, or the boats up. We see Dobber's aging up segment.
Soup overmade bot, got destroyed there, and as a result, lost his opportunity to easily win top.
Because the Covenants will defend this, and the Byreams just take too long to kill. And these docks slowly coming up. I mean, he might still be able to.
Still be fine, yeah.
And
if he can deny even one of those docks, I think he'll be fine.
I don't know though.
He's got to have line of sight and know it though.
I don't think he knows. Okay, yeah, he knows both build docks are coming up, but he's not going to be able to win it. Too late now. Yeah, put too much into this bottom
instead of winning top.
Yeah, he could have won top. Now it's too late. Oh, he's trying to pick some fishing ships. That's not gonna do what he needs to do. I mean, he's just losing Byreams here to kill. I don't even know if he killed the fishing ship.
Lost 4 Byreams for nothing.
Yeah, yep. Now here's another one.
Now he's gonna lose military units as well.
And now you mix in, like, if you're Dobr here, what I like to do is send the Scarab over here and clean up the docks. You don't necessarily even have to make siege ships. The Scarab should just come over here and plow down the docks, and you can win this. Like, no more boats. No more boats if you're Dobr. Just send the Scarab over, pound those things, and you're good.
Because Soup didn't play the numbers right, he also had to build way more Murmillo than he needed to win top. If he just used his number advantage in terms of docks and deconstruct and committed fully, he could have won it clean without needing to make all those Murmillos and fall behind on the age timing.
We can see Soup doesn't even have per sign, whereas Salt Amphora over here for Dobr, and it's not quite going the way he hoped it would. This is a lot of siege boats here. This is too many. Got him on the old auto queue. Alright, picking a few villagers. Got the Scarabs here. I'd almost like to see, this is just me being stupid, is build a Migdal in the base, build up a land army, and shift sands right here. Scarabs, villagers, Migdal army. And he's going to send the Scarabs forward, and they're going to get caught. And retreat! Back! And we do have Dobr winning both sides of the water now. This could have been Soup's. It's not. It's nice, though, of these unheroed Murmillo to block the path of the heroed Murmillo. Looks like Dobr is just going to age up. That's kind of the safe thing to do, I suppose. When in doubt, just kind of do nothing. And age up. That's what he's doing. Making barracks in a siege workshop. I guess we could see the Shifting Sands Osiris villager Scarab.
I don't think he even needs to risk it. Just get that son of Osiris out, build an army, and then game's over.
Right, yeah.
He's so far ahead on Eco with the fishing techs and the both sides of fishing control.
What do we see here?
Osiris isn't near. Although I do wonder if he shifts the Scarabs to kind of do an Eco harass because he knows the heroes are way out of position.
I mean, you're right. It's still about 45 seconds. If this priest just kind of hangs out for a while, it's going to tell. But, I mean, that does make this entire... Oh, here it is. Okay, so just doing the Scarabs. And a lonely villager who unhappily got shifted over to. Well, this works, too. I mean, we're... The rain to block the traitor. That's really good. Nice play. And, you know, this is still worth it, too. I mean, if you don't want to go all in. I mean, I'm an all-inner kind of a guy. But if you don't want to go all in and just do this, I mean, this is a lot of damage, too. I mean, because now Dobr or Soup won't even be able to get any sort of army to push down here.
Haltsville production.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually he's already way ahead on eco with the fishing advantage, and now this just further puts him ahead in terms of eco. And
oh man, he just
heroized.
heroized.
Out of Osiris can easily defend any counter push.
Yeah, Son of Osiris, the Citadel there. Here come the hero Murmillo to come down and save the day. We even got, man, that's a lot of resources put into this. Heroized the villager, upgraded the towers. Murmillo's come in. And
how to rebuild the TC.
How to rebuild the TC. We've got Osiris and the mummy down here. We got probably some siege coming up soon. Yep, Dobr. Looking good. Up 2 town centers to 0 in this game 3. A lot of idleness here. No eco upgrades. We're sitting at 13, almost 14 minutes. And
honestly surprised the scores are as close as they are.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the scores are about to be a lot different here in a second. Got one. Yeah, okay. Now he's got. I was going to say you should probably have a catapult instead of the siege tower. But that's okay. And maybe upgrade these axemen to medium. Gold is out, but that's no big deal. Just send the villagers forward. You can ramrod right through this. And the villagers forward. Ooh, the traitor. Get on the... Come on! Get it! Get it! Don't go! He could have got the scarab too. With the mummy special. That's the nice thing about the traitor is as soon as you traitor the myth unit, the special attack is ready to go. He could have gotten that scarab. And yep, here come the villagers. Come the military. A lot of Arcus. I like this. But the oh, there's Son of Osiris. There he is. Okay, a lot of Arcus. This is gotta get these destroyers back though. They're taking a lot of damage against these axemen. But Osiris is just gonna pummel this. Oh man, the damage done. The destroyers are gone. Villagers on the palace. Dobr still floating tons of resources so he can rebuild as much as he wants. Man, this mummy on 2 hit points. Still doing some a little bit of work there. But yeah, now this forward base is going to be all gone. And I don't know what Soup will be able to do from here.
Absolutely nothing.
Cyrus is just clears everything out.
This was the problem with the Kronos pick onto this map to begin with. It's the rock and just turtle buy time, and then once the Osiris comes out on this map, it's just you need to be so far ahead and have both sides of water clean to kind of have a chance here.
It's a tough draw, but I mean you can't really say it's a draw because he chose to go Kronos here. But yep, Osiris. Just smashing everything down. The Arcus are almost dead. The forward base is gone. These villagers are about to be found, and that is GG. Well played to Dobr. Didn't really do anything wrong here. Played well. Soup maybe just a little bit lost.
His advantage as Kronos is the deconstruct to get a numbers advantage on one side of the water and win it clean, and he just did not use that deconstruct or numbers advantage to win a side clean when he had plenty of opportunities to do so. I think if he had just properly scouted the top side of water, prevented the second or third docks from coming up, and then didn't even need to deny the second, just to prevent the third dock from coming up, which he could have easily done. And then deconstruct one, and then you've got the advantage on that side of water and can win it clean, and then focus on the other side and stalemate that side. But Soup didn't commit to one side of water and winning it clean, and that kind of just snowballed from there.
And a lot of floating resources too. Could have done. I mean, we've got almost 1,000 resources in his bank at 7 minutes. Like
a lot of that was food.
Yes,
like I said, he could have got heroic much sooner, but had to make more because he didn't win top clean when he should have.
Yep. All right, well, flying hippopotami, not hippopotamus, just hippopotam is followed. Welcome. Duke Leto. I really appreciate the villager rush. I liked it too. All right, we're going to take just a quick 1 minute timeout here. We give Dobr his win, and then we will continue on with our series here.
You're right back as well.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right. All right. Let's get ready to go into game number 4 here. This is a best of 5. So we're now just a little bit more than halfway. Do we go to 5 games? Does Dobr finish this off in the 4th game? It should be Suppe's home map. So we'll see what he'll do. Probably high hunt. I imagine we'll go back to Odin. But we'll see. Wait a little bit for Rifang to come back. I think I just saw a question in the chat. Hold on here. Thanks for the kind words, Trent. Christian Bettendorf, thanks for the follow. You have a question. Do I ever get angry at this game? Pretty much no. I mean, a lot of it is personality, but I am pretty laid back, like, across the board. So me getting angry, like, period, is pretty uncommon. Me getting angry at a game is even less uncommon. I don't get angry. I think the closest I get is I get frustrated with myself when I play or do something that's just completely stupid. But pretty much for the most part, and I think anybody that watches would agree, is, whoa, I almost dumped my water. I'm not a rager. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty positive. I mean, this is my happy zone. Anyway, this is kind of, my job kind of stinks sometimes, but don't get me wrong, I like my job, but it stinks sometimes, and I use this. This is kind of like my recuperation activity. And yeah, if I were to get mad doing my recuperation activity, where's the recuperation? You know, there's no refresh. So this is my refresh. Sparks, hello. Appreciate it. I think the problem that a lot of people have with getting angry at video games is or any games, is that they're just taking it too seriously. And I feel like a lot of times the anger expressed outwards also blocks the player from getting better. I mean, it's okay to, like, I don't know, like, I played a ton of sports growing up, a lot of competitive sports. I mean, I played soccer, I played football, softball, volleyball, a little bit of hockey, and I don't know. Just getting mad never made much sense to me. It was always like, try harder or get better. But everybody's different. I mean, not here to judge, but everybody's different. But I don't see the point. I'm not much of a get madder. Rifang, you back yet? I guess not.
And I'm back.
Oh, there he is. All right. We're just talking about how raging at video games and whether or not I rage, which I don't. But anyway, all right, let's get into game number 4 here. You seem like Rifang, you seem like you're pretty smooth sailing too.
Mostly internal rage. Like, I try to
see, that's
inside me rather than express it.
But are you getting mad at, like, other people, or are you getting mad at, like, yourself?
Usually myself.
See, I'm the same way.
It'll get mad at other people, I guess, if they use, like, a lame strat, or if there's, like, a bugged map or bug something, which there's been a lot of lately in AoE 4.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, here we go. Game number 4. Let's move on. Happier thoughts. Let's be happy. Let's be positive. There's a lot of stuff that you can get upset about, but let's have a good time. Let's sit back and relax. It's Friday night. I'm not working. Ryfang clearly isn't working. Well, maybe you are. But he's here. You guys are here. Let's enjoy game number 4. Odin versus Ra on Savannah. Ra player, Dobr again in the red. Blue player, Odin on the left over here. Odin versus Ra on Savannah.
You should stop sharing your screen.
Oh, I hope not. Oh, I know what I did. I did stop sharing my screen. Share your screen. All right, should be back.
We're good.
And Trent's not working either. Good for you. Ooh, getting hunting dogs for the Ra. What do you think of this matchup on Savannah? Very wide open map.
Obviously, good map for the Odin, which is why the Odin player picked it, and that's a pretty big giraffe pack there to the top for the Odin player. I think Soup's got a pretty good map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
where's Dobr's big pack? It's all the way down in the bottom, right? Yeah,
yep,
that's
right
not
here.
going to be much use because Soup's going to knock him off that. So I think Soup got a very good map. I mean, the only thing I like for Dobr is that second gold near second TC. If he wanted
It's pretty
to be
nice.
greedy, could be pretty nice. But as far as hunt goes, Soup got a pretty nice draw here.
Yeah, so what we got here is we've got the high hunt pack is right here, and then the other pack is the medium to low hunt giraffe, along with a few lions. And of course, we've got our 2 starting rhino. The Odin Great Hunt makes it 3. I always have a dilemma when I'm in this matchup as Ra. Do I get hunting dogs? I feel like with 2 rhino in the base, and given how wide open the map is and that hunt tends to be forward, in this situation as a Ra player, I would not get hunting dogs.
I don't think, yeah, I think you're right. I think you're better just going off or focusing on your farm build and putting it towards husbandry.
And then moving along.
Because you might be tempted to go for forward hunt after the rhinos if you get hunting dogs, which probably isn't going to work out well here. And
no,
just based on the map spot, he doesn't even have a secondary hunt pack that's even.
He didn't even scout it. It's there. On the rhino. Now here I would say on this map, I feel like Ta is the god to go. I don't think you get I don't think you get much out of Bast here. You could try a classical fight, but I think because all of the resources are so far spread out, your slow Egyptian is just not worth it. So I think you fast heroic here, and then you have the decision: is do you fast heroic with 1 town center, or do you fast heroic with 2? Could go either way. I feel like I would try to do a 2 town center Ta here. This is where I would play really standard and go for 2 town center Ta. But we're seeing a very forward temple again, in which case, oh, it's the same thing!
I'm a little surprised. He doesn't have the same forward gold as last time, and I thought this was actually looking like a pretty good map for raiding Cav Harass and fast heroic timing for the Odin.
And he's going Bast! Whoa! So Dobr is kind of predicting this rush here, and is going Bast.
Does Bast help against the rush, though?
It does if you raid with your Sphinx. I mean, you should be able to defend the rush anyway. Like we saw last game, I mean, the initial push was really as good for the Heimdall as it could be with all over. And he still wasn't able to withstand the, he couldn't keep the push going, but it was more of the prolonged delay into the heroic age. So in this situation, I do like Bast. because you should be able to defend. The Sphinx are still really hard to kill for the Odin. And then it also gives you the opportunity to do early raids. And Odin is renowned for the super slow Perseer. Which, look, this one's named Camden. All right. Camden Raven Drinker. Down here, building the longhouse. Soup does know where the gold mine is. Not in a super great spot here. Like, that's hard to push this.
Hard to get to it because I think the pathing through that
Yeah.
choke there is in TC range, basically.
Yeah. He could go this way.
He's lucky there isn't a secondary tower there at least.
Yeah, this is way down there. So, yeah, he could still do it. And what I think about these walls abuse? Well, I don't have a problem with it because one well-placed undermine is going to clear all of this out. Like, if he places undermine here, it'll travel through the granary, get these walls, get the tower, get these walls, and then he can just march straight through this way. So, I don't have a problem with it. Because this is a decent amount of gold to spend on this. So, I don't mind it. It looks like Dobr did learn a little bit. I mean, the one downside of going with Bast is you don't get Shadoof. But I don't think you need it. He's definitely... He's going a quicker rain, which is the right choice. Oh... Dobr did not quite see.
I think he saw the ox briefly, but he would have had to have spotted it, which...
So we do have the raiding sphinxes. I like this. I like this. And now we've got the push. See, could have just gone straight through. So let's see if he aims the undermine right, though. So he should have aimed it here. Should chop through all of this. Oh, he misaimed it just a little bit. It was too high. He probably put it here, and it's coming down this way. So it's just missing the top. That's a big miss there. That's a big miss to not get the tower. It basically can't push here now.
Yeah, not good for Soup.
No. Yeah, that's the kind of mistake you can't have in this situation.
That's just absolutely massive because Dobr didn't have the units to defend.
Yeah, he's got nothing.
No keeping that gold. He invested all his gold into farms and just had 2 Sphinx. So if the tower went down, there's no way Dobr was getting that gold back anytime soon.
Pharaoh is gunner.
I mean, that literally could have been game.
Good F. I mean, we got a Sphinx here, and we do have the Pharaoh. But yeah, not. And that's so he barely missed it. Because it got the mining camp and the monument. So it must have cast it here and then traveled straight through this way and just missed everything. Oh, the Sphinx, though, getting caught.
Yeah.
And the raiding cavalry should be able to trap it. Come on, you got to attack it, though. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. That's bad, though, for Dobr. That's good for Soup. Really nice. Really nice. But still, he's not going to pressure this. But, yeah, picking off that... Oh, he might... If he doesn't pay attention, Dobr will lose a second Sphinx here. Because you can surround it. Oh, okay, he noticed. All right. And now Dobr with rain. Does he have plow? He does. Is empowering. I like that. Here, I think Dobr can afford to age up.
He's going to have a much stronger food eco this game because he's getting, I think last game the rain came at like 10:30 or something, whereas this game it came at 7:30, so he got his farm set up a few minutes sooner this game.
Losing this tower doesn't matter, doesn't protect anything, no biggie. Yeah, I think here you do age up. Because, yeah, he's got plenty of resources. He's forgot his... Oh, no, he's got it right here. And Sphinx in to defend. There we go. Get up here. All right, don't lose your units. Don't get them trapped. I would like to see a little more pressure here for Soup.
Yeah, he's got the numbers advantage. He could have knocked the villas off the farms during the rain.
Yeah. But, okay, so, yeah, this is really good because the downside to this, if you're the Norse... in this situation with what you've done is if the Ra is able to get raiding Migdal units, you really can't counter that right now as the Odin. So that's going to really hurt. Because you'll have a Locust, you'll have the Petsuchos, and this is what...
It looks like Soup's food eco is a little slow here. I don't know if he's just making a lot of units, but his
well, it's the
heroic still
gold.
is quite a bit off.
You just transfer some of this gold to food, and he's aging right now. Like, too much on the gold. Like, you could have had half of these dwarves gathering.
How much of the top did he get? The whole top giraffe back?
Nope. Nope.
Yeah, that's the other thing. The Sphinx
knows it's
harass
there.
knocking him off of that.
Okay, so he's sending these up there, but it's almost to the point where he could get
Get
caught.
heroic too late. I think the frost timing on the mid goal would have been impactful.
Oh, nice!
Straight up won him the game, but the timing, I think Dobr's going to get a mid goal up safely here because the frost isn't going to come in time.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Losing a few units. Okay, get out. There you go. All right, nice pick there. And where does the Migdal come up? Ooh, he's gonna try to put it up there.
I would have liked it, seen it go by the second TC, because then you can grab your second TC sooner. Units.
Soup's trying to build a wall here. And he's this throwing axeman is in for a bit of a surprise. Look out! No, get out! And he sees. Does he escape? Does he escape? Come on, little man! Oh, he gets out!
Oh my gosh!
What a hero! Ooh, trying to get a market is Dobr. All right. Block that. So now Dobr, well, now Soup knows where Dobr is. It's up here. Dobr needs to be raiding with these Sphinx, though. Like, they should not be defending. Should be aggressive. And losing some raiding cavalry here. 3 of them for, I think, 1 villager. Not sure that's worth. I guess we go on. It could be. Ooh, he got Harmonious Necklace. That's nice for Soup. That's basically...
You're insulting his gold, but it really was the relic that made that whole difference there.
Yeah, so now he is aging up. Still has 1,400 gold in the bank. If you're Soup here, do you consider buying your way to Mythic Age and doing like a 45-vil Ragnarok?
I honestly think he's in a pretty good position as it is with the full map control.
Well, he's about to lose map control.
Still has the giant hunt pack.
This is where you can't get caught out if you're Soup here.
He's just got to get the frost giants out, and then I think he'll be fine again.
Uh-oh.
Going.
Uh-oh, this is not good. The raid's coming in. This might force like a defensive frost here. Because you really don't want to lose all these villagers. But these units are kind of mispathing, and so he's going to only lose, it looks like, 2 or 3. The army should have definitely come down here. Okay, so that's about as good. Now we need to see probably a hill fort come in somewhere for Soup so that he can get some Jarls. But yeah, these Sphinx are just so good. Doesn't have the speed upgrade, does he? No, he doesn't. And the raiding cavalry coming up here, they'll pick a little bit off. What Soup is wanting to do is he's wanting to force Dobr's army to come defensive, and then we can see that double frost again.
A lot of camels out.
There are a lot of camels, and the Sphinx getting caught a little bit. Yeah, if you're raiding here, you really want to spend the extra favor and wood to get that last Sphinx upgrade. It's so good. And keep in mind, we still have the Locust. This could be deadly. We might see a frost coming up here. Soup definitely wants to get this army. Soup needs to attack the Migdal, get the army here, and frost all of this. Because then he can get the Migdal down. Now, he would probably have to retreat after that. But that's the value. I think you want your value out of the frost now. He's backing this wall that's there by itself. Ooh, run and get the Pharaoh. Oh, I like this Eclipse. This is a really good Eclipse. You can't use frost. Really nice Eclipse.
Get those raiding cav out of there.
Yeah, they can't lose him, though. Come on, he's distracted by all of this. Catching all the Sphinx, though. But the raiding cavalry getting hammered.
The raiding cav are more valuable than the Sphinx, though.
Getting on the Pharaoh. Gunner going down. Now get out, get out, get out. Lost a few too many. But here's the nice thing now. Is as soon as Eclipse is done.
No way to deal with the 2 frost giants that are going to come.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh, the rock is flying away. Ooh, okay, get back there. Yeah, now we need to get the army defensive. Soup wants to get the armies of camels defensive. We'll see if he can get that to happen. Wow, look at these villagers here. This is so scary. Like, Soup is really risky.
He knows where Soup's eco points are, and Soup doesn't have the speed advantage at all.
Petsuchos is so hard. And here comes the raid on the top villagers. Okay, we're going to have like a little bit of an eco trade here. These villagers are all idle. These dwarfs in here are all idle. Soup's got decent resources in the bank, though. So it should be okay.
And Dobr's got no real good second gold if he gets knocked off.
He doesn't. You're right. We got this Petsuchos a little bit out of position here. If we can get some frost giants around, we don't use frost yet. You don't need it. You want to wait till the camels get here.
No, he's smart enough to know this.
The hell?
Those camels to show up.
We'll see. Nice to hide the villagers though, so they don't get frosted. But yeah, this is what Soup wants because he's forcing the camels to come defend, which means all the villagers are safe.
Dobr? You can't. Like, you need this. You can't afford to lose this, but the second you commit in, he's going to frost you.
Well, Dobr's doing a good job. He's running his villagers out. Nice to get the camels and the throwing axemen. Like, right now, you still can't really frost this because you're not going to get much value, but these camels really nicely done by Dobr.
Twice the army, though, at the moment.
Well, but they're all... He's got to get them all up in one spot. This was what Dobr does here. I think this is the right play. Is you just retreat out of there. He's got gold in the bank. These camels are doing some work on these chariots, though. I mean, the frost giants seem to be defending these boys. A lot of units down for Soup in this here. And now the camels probably should just run out of here.
He's got 2,500 resources banked, though, and
he does
the army, whereas Dobr's kind of has no gold at the moment.
He's going for the brave march across the map. This is
actually
this
really,
is good.
Really smart because the Raven clearly has vision on his safe gold. So, I mean, if he had gone for the safe gold, it would have been detected immediately, and he has no way of shutting down the
we have a locust. The locust hit. Oh man, the massacre. Not terrible, but not good.
A couple more. That was good.
I would have liked to wait till
the
camels in. Sure. Would have liked to have seen the camels get in there first. Oh, this Migdal is gonna tell Dobr or tell Soup that Dobr's there. The dwarfs will get in. Come on, get them in there. Hide them. Can get the. Oh man, we're seeing a market by Soup. Is he like gonna try to do some sort of desperate age up? Now Soup can kill this.
Even out as he go. He's got Dobr's got no gold, and Soup has twice or probably 3 times the military strength at the moment. So I think Soup can just keep knocking the gold down.
Get out of here. A little bit. Get on the Petsuchos if you can freeze them. Now you got to get back. That's a lot of damage in on these frost giants here. Oh, this is
Still is just 3 times the military.
Yep, nice. Yeah, he does.
Get a bunch of picks here.
Yes, and but we got a counter raid up here. Man, this game is getting wild. Neither of them can get gold right now. Dobr's got a lot of resources banked up.
I almost feel like Dobr should have just kept all his vills in his base and traded to Mythic for the Son of Osiris.
Yes, that's what he should have done. And here's the frost. Gets villagers, gets some army. Gets the Migdal down, but we've got camels just mayhem for Soup in his economy right now. These camels...
It's almost like a panic frost.
Yeah, I don't know if he necessarily needed it, but it's getting to the point where maybe he doesn't have a good frost opportunity later on, and this is kind of the one. But Dobr can maybe go up on this gold mine. But yeah, I agree with you. Dobr should have hopped up And Dobber's going to have to watch out because these camels are, or not Dobber, Soup's going to have to watch
Dobr's
out.
still floating enough wood where he probably could
Yes.
hop up. But now with the frost gone, that Son of Osiris becomes even stronger now if he can.
Look out! Oh, these camels, the Petsuchos. Oh man, Soup has not been able to mine for so long.
He almost needed to bring a frost giant back to defend.
Yeah, I mean, these raiding cavalry will help out here, but I mean, that's still a lot of villagers going down, but the raiding cavalry will warrant. Yes, the rock. This is the value of the rock. It's so good. Got the villagers running away. I mean, it's kind of equal parts massacre right now.
Soup can clean up all those vills. I think that might seal it.
If
Dobr just kept those vills on wood in his base, he could have.
He'd be up
not
by
been
now.
losing them right now, and he'd be going mythic.
But I don't know. I mean, Dobr has a lot of resources in the bank. Oh, they stopped. Keep going. Could try to path block a little bit. Would like to see this old Sark run forward and build a few buildings to block. Villager gonna hop in the rock. That's really nice. That's really good for the raw player there. Soup is on goal, but we've got, I don't know. I think Soup is out. He's only got 25 villagers. Oh, freeze them before they get in. Oh, no. Trap the Pharaoh? I don't. Do you see it all in on the town center here?
Soup's just still got like so much more military out on the map, though.
I think you all in this town center here. I think it is worth it at this point to go all in.
Raiding cav and the 2 frost giants still.
You got to get the frost giant around back on the Petsuchos, though. Got to get your problems here are the Pharaoh and the Petsuchos. Now you've got the rock. The rock is so strong in this situation because he can fly around and get these
frost
units.
Giant just wasted its special on a camel.
But, I mean, we've got to the point where we've got a Hersier up here. You got to get on the Petsuchos, though. Town center being repaired. Is this the all-in or the all-out? Needs to get on this. Get the...
Gosh,
there.
Closeness to this game.
Okay, you got it. But I don't know. I mean, there's so many units here for red that's repairing. This Petsuchos will go down. We don't have a ton of units coming in because Soup doesn't have an economy, but I think the town center will go down.
Did the Pharaoh go down? No, Pharaoh.
He's out.
Still alive.
He's out. No, he.
This.
Come on, Gunner! You can't go down like that. He went down.
That is huge.
That is huge.
A second frost giant is going to come in now too.
He is. There he is. He's coming. We've got one Petsuchos left though, and this Sphinx might be able to finish off the... Nope, he's just running past. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it down. Like, Blue's army, though, is disappearing. Frost Giant, get his special in. No, don't waste it on the villagers.
Dobr's floating 1,000 resources that could be going to camels and axemen and stuff to help defend.
Oh, I think now he's sending them in. Yeah, they're coming in now. Oh, this is so close. You got a Pharaoh out. We got these rocks just so annoying. But these Frost Giants now, though, just coming in are so tough, but he's got to pull out.
He lost so many bills, though, that Soup's ahead 10 bills. Soup just went from down 10 bills to up 10 bills.
We're at 20 minutes in the game, and it's 32 bills to 22. That was worth it for Soup. I mean, now he just needs to not lose army. He needs to kind of rebuild while he's able to. Not get picked. Now I think he might come up to the gold or the gold mine up here. But I like this one for Dobr. Oh, nope. Now I don't like this. I feel like now is when you do go back and attack. And learn math with me. That is a good suggestion. Is that at some point Soup could have really used a hill fort on one of his gold mines. Look at all this hunt here. Ooh, I don't know if Dobr can hold this. I mean, you've got these 3 frost giants here, and there's nothing that can kill them.
Soup's also been taking advantage of the heroic unit upgrades for space unit upgrades aside from the camels.
Got the double rock. Oh, this is so stupid. Just flying around. We've got this frost giant who's going to tank forever. But the villagers, they're...
What do you think about the 2 frost giants on the middle?
No.
Good, bad?
No. No, you don't.
He's getting
Who
massacred
cares?
here without it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your goal here isn't to kill the Migdal, it's to kill the army.
He's losing all his units, which he's going to need those units to defend counter raids on his eco that's defenseless.
That
I think that might have been a pretty big throw right there.
it might have been, yeah, because killing the Migdal there doesn't really matter because it's just 400 gold. I mean, you think of it.
I wonder if he thought Dobr would have had less army than he did, but
Maybe.
like I said, he was floating like 1,000 resources during the push that nearly killed his TC. So I think this is the army that came from the 1,000 resources he was floating.
But still, if Suppe is able to kind of rebuild his army here, he should be able to fight this. But
what's the eco upgrade situation look like?
Oh, let's take a look. We've got plow, husbandry, and the second gold upgrade for Dobr. And whoa! No pickaxe, no hand axe. Who needs that? Got this random croc roaming around down here. Yeah, that fight there did not go well. And
I 14 will lead for Suppe, but I'm concerned that he doesn't have the units out to defend his eco. That's defenseless.
Oh, he's kind of sensing this, so that's good. That's good. Yeah.
I think, like somebody else suggested, now is the time for Suppe to put up a hill fort on one of his gold mines, because Dobr hasn't really had any siege out all game, so he wouldn't really be able to take it down.
The wall doesn't help either, because the rock could just fly right over the wall.
Oh. It can help a little with the camel counter raids, at least. I don't know why he's pushing forward. I don't think he has the unit advantage. And
well, he doesn't have the military. Like the Frost Giants are fantastic, but he has nothing to back the Frost Giants.
I'd almost rather Suppe be playing defensive and trying to get picks with the Frost Giants against the counterattacks than push in there and lose stuff. Like, again, there's no reason a Frost Giant couldn't be on that gold protecting it from these camel raids at the moment.
The 2 camels isn't super scary. I guess that little appearance here by the army did force all of this back, because imagine this whole army on this gold mine. That would have been disaster for Suppe.
A lot of low vills there.
There are, and he's fighting the one dwarf that's like at full hit points. Yeah, I don't think.
Frozen.
Huh?
Is that a camel? Is
Where?
That what's frozen there?
Yeah, a camel.
Should have finished it. Free camel.
Here comes the rock with a few units here. The raiding cavalry are coming over to defend. I mean, I think he knows it's coming. I mean, it's going to do some damage here. I mean, you only got 9 hit points on that Petsuchos, though. So you can... Man, these rocks, it's so disgusting. Like, you can't really even defend with the army here because the rock just hops in. Yeah, see, one of these hill forts... Oh. Ow. Just one of these on a gold mine.
What is that Bazooko's doing?
Well,
What
see? Look at the value of the 2 hill forts here. But yeah, one of those hill forts should have been built.
He's getting gold starved, sitting on 9 gold.
He's going to go in on the town center again.
The priests are kind of slow. And they're all way out.
They're all up here. You got Gunner up here, and the 4 priests are up there. Now they notice they're coming down. They have this again. I do like the Huskarls.
Army's right there, though. The army was in position to defend.
But the Huskarls will clean. The Huskarls do well against camels, and they do really well against chariots.
And the Frost Giants do a lot of damage against the TC. The heroes out of position.
Here comes Gunner. Got to get these raiding cavalry around to the back. But Gunner is not. He should not be empowering. He should be attacking. Got some mercenary cavalry coming out. We've got 1 chariot down there killing villagers. Huskarls are forcing the chariots back. Gunner. I don't know if the mercenaries, I think, hold this here.
I'd pull back if I were Suppe. You can't lose those Frost Giants.
No.
You don't have the gold in favor to rebuild them.
No. See, I think I don't know. Once the mercenaries come out, I feel like
And
you retreat.
Soup's ahead 15 vills still. Like you
Yeah.
just trade for a hill fort on one of the golds to finally secure your gold and get that back up, and you're in perfectly fine shape.
Okay. Okay. I don't have a problem with the push, but once you force out like the 5 mercenaries, I mean that's 600 gold that was just spent. I feel like then you retreat back and kind of reload, and either come back here or march up there.
Dobr's been on that one gold mine pretty much all game, and it's coming to the end. Again, Soup could
40 gold left.
reinforcing the other gold mines on the opposite side, preparing for that rather than pushing in.
But here comes a
Still has
raid.
secured his own gold.
Here it comes.
So many low bills.
I know. I mean, I think this is a Petsuchos with 9 hit points, though. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. He's got it forces all these vills back. Don't go in here. Now is not the time anymore. Too many Petsuchos. You can't get at them. All right, so Soup's. I mean, Soup has the vill lead, but so many of his vills are idle.
He hasn't been protecting them.
And now Dobr. I love this game. Oh, it's so awesome. What does Dobr do? What does he do? I mean, it's almost, though, Dobr can almost win a fight now on the gold mine. He's pretty close to that point.
Unless there was a hill fort on the gold mine, and then that would change things.
Oh, watch out for the Petsuchos. Can't lose them. They do so much damage.
Free snipe here, too, would be helpful.
Nice axeman. To see, the villagers were dumped off. Trying to get at this. Okay, got another one, but I don't think he can push in there. Now, I don't know if Soup realizes that the villagers went down.
Go?
Gunner is right. He's been hiding in the town center.
Okay.
He's trying to get this other Petsuchos here. I don't... You're trading a Petsuchos for a Frost Giant. Is it worth it? Maybe. But this Frost Giant is also getting down. Okay, another one down. Uh-oh. Oh, no, this wall didn't get built in time. Oh, he's got to retreat.
It immediately, but he's lost so much idle time all game, moving his
I know.
Constantly.
I don't think Soup realizes the villagers got dumped down here, because the play is not the fight here. The play is the fight right here. He doesn't know. I think Dobr will be able to hold this with the gold that he's got. He's got 500 gold in the bank.
He's
so that's
draining Dobr's food and
he is.
Utica, though, are kind of crumbling, and Soup's bill lead has actually been expanding. It's now up to 20, despite 30 of them doing nothing.
I don't know, though. It's so close because Soup has no resources right now, so the reinforcements are going to stop. So, but here comes some Jarls. We got some great Jarls in. We do have one more Frost Giant. We've got the villagers running all the way down to this gold mine.
What does Dobr have out raiding?
Some chariots. 4 chariots, a Sphinx. And we do still have Gunner here with 16 hit points on the Frost Giant. Boy, it would be nice to get the raiding cavalry on it. So defended. Yep. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mercenaries, 7 mercenaries.
Little surprised Soup didn't send some secondary units to kind of harass the gold sooner.
I don't think he realized he went down there.
Now is Soup going to have enough to defend? I think he will.
Yes.
Potentially.
These mercenaries will be...
Ox gets sniped. He's so far on the other side
of the map. Oh, no, it is. Yep. The Ox is getting sniped. Oh, no. That's a huge loss. Huge loss to have that Ox cart down. Where are the Ravens? He doesn't have... Okay. Oh, they're right here. His Raven is here. And the other one is dead, so I don't think it'll respawn.
Bill count keeps growing, though. It's now up to almost
55
30.
to 23.
He has the much better food eco. More vills on farms at this point, and isn't getting harassed constantly like Dobr.
Soup has a lot of farms. That's saving him. He's got 20 farms there, 20 farmers with plow. Does not, though, have the winter harvest upgrade. But I think Soup I think Soup did solidify enough. Frost Giant on the Sphinx. That's awesome. Get the Sphinx
Imagine if
down.
Son of Osiris had come out at any point in the
Right.
last 15 minutes.
Right. Dobr could have been Mythic Age a while back, but okay, I think Soup is stabilized just long enough to win this game. I think he's got it now. The farming in his base is just keeping the villagers pumping. And losing all the villagers, losing the Ox card and the gold mines hurt, but yeah, he's so far ahead in villager count. 55 to 17. I mean, at this point, Dobr has nothing gathering. He has no resources, 47 population, so yeah, now it is GG. I thought maybe he threw it there with all the units going down, but I mean, in the end, I mean, he's still killing so many villagers that it was worth it. So I don't see any way back from Dobr here. We're going to be going to game number 5. There it is. GG, game number 5. Hype!
Yes,
Fun game.
It's a crazy game.
Fun game. Look at the kill death. It was so even. One town center play. Who says that the current Age of Mythology meta is boring, boring, boring? This game was awesome. I loved it. This was fun. What a game.
I can't even think of like where it went wrong. It was just such a close game at so many points that it's like most games we've been calling the past few days, you're like pointing to a specific moment that cost somebody the game, and this game was just so close and back and forth that outside of the Son of Osiris and the lack of the hill fort, those are kind of my only
That's the two things.
criticisms of the
Right.
entire game.
Right. I feel like the way both players played, I think there was a lot of good with how they played this game. Really nice rating from Dobr. Really nice pressure from Soup. And you're right. I think the only mistakes you can really say that are pretty obvious is just needed a hill fort on a gold mine at some point, and Dobr should have, when he had all of those resources banked, should have gone Mythic Age. The Mummy destroys Frost Giants. Osiris destroys Frost Giants, and that was what was killing Dobr. But yeah, that was a fun game. 30 minutes of non-stop carnage. Right here, this is the time when Dobr should have gone to Mythic. He was in a pretty decent
pushed
position
out to get a secondary gold instead of just trading to go Mythic, and then the
Right.
Frost got his army and built.
Right here, he jumps to Mythic. All these villagers are the ones getting lost that should not have really probably died. He could have been Mythic about this time period.
I think it's the
defending.
first downward curve is the
The-
post-Frost, and then the second is the
The
TC
push on the
dive.
town center. Whereas he could have aged up around here and been Mythic for this push with
I mean,
Osiris.
look at how far ahead on Bills he would have been. If he had just stayed in his base and gone Mythic, he had like a 20 vil lead at that
Yep.
point in the game.
Yeah, but he didn't. So we're moving on, Jonesy, to a game number 5 here. Game 5 hype. And let's get right into it. Game number 5. Ra versus Odin. Love to see it on Alfheim. Ooh, that's a tough draw if you're the Odin player. Dobr is Ra in the blue color. His pharaoh is named Sensway. And we've got Soup in the right. Odin versus Ra on Alfheim. I don't know if this would have been a random map or Dobr's home map. I'm not sure, but either way, you're Dobr. You're happy to see Alfheim as the Ra player here. Okay, you should see Insta. You see an early husbandry, early monument. What are you thinking here? What are we going to see, Ryfang?
Sorry, my connection dropped for a split second there.
Oh, that's all right. We didn't miss you.
So we've got Ra versus Odin, I'm assuming?
Yes.
I'm looking at the map. I feel like this is a better map for Ra. You've got more choke points to kind of choke the melee army of the Odin down, and then also a lot more gold mines to work with as well as the Ra player this time around.
Yeah,
I think Dobr will pull it off. I think Super will kind of overextend, and the map won't be as much in his favor this time around, and I think that'll end up costing him. It also isn't looking that high hunt from what I'm seeing.
I think for Alfheim, I think you're happy if you're Soup,
All right,
given
never
what it
mind.
could be.
I didn't see that jumbo pack.
Well, I mean, this is based on the Great Hunt was used here. But
okay.
yeah, I think if you're a Norse here, given how bad the hunt can be on Alfheim, I think you're okay with it.
And he
However,
hasn't the pack in the back yet either.
no, that could be important.
No cow scouting from Suppe, which
He
you probably should be doing against a raw.
he might assume that there's nothing back here. We know there's stuff back there, but he doesn't. I think here, I mean, I don't know. Does Suppe try the Heimdall push again? He does not.
Actually,
know.
he hasn't scouted it yet, but that's a pretty good gold to make it happen.
I mean, he's 2-0 in the Heimdall rushes.
And like we said last game, there was a bit of a window there where if he actually hit the undermine correctly, he probably could have won the game in 6 or 7 minutes by knocking him off a gold.
I think he's gonna go for it, and I don't have a problem with it because this isn't the type of map where you want to go into like a mid or late game close because you're done as the Odin there.
Why did he not scout the gold and he's doing this other scouting instead of the gold, or was he just falling back to get the tempo up? I'm a little surprised he didn't try to identify the gold.
I think he was probably looking for hunt over here, maybe. The other thing too is if he
would have needed to be looking for Dobr's hunt to
maybe
tempo on.
Maybe
he had his giant pack of hunt, so he wouldn't have needed to be scouting for his own hunt at that point in the game.
Right. Maybe it's the. I think if he sends his Ulfsark in again, I feel like maybe that telegraphs to Dobr what's coming. See, Dobr might actually think that this is not going to be a rush. I don't know. It looks like he's assuming it. It's the right thing to assume here. At the walls.
Double tower protecting his gold this time.
Right. It might be, though. These might be close enough, these towers. It could get both of them. The undermine, if he aims it this way. They might just be close enough to get a double tower here. I'm not sure, though. You would have to have... It'd be close. But... Okay, he's going to scout the corner with the Raven. That's good, but he does not know there is another hunt pack down here that's pretty decent as well. 6. But he's going to scout this corner hunt, so good. That's kind of a disaster averted there. And he's... I mean, right now, Suppe is kind of gambling because he actually has no idea where the gold mine is. It could be back here. It's not. It's right here. So he's going to be happy when he finally sees it. So, yeah, it's going to be probably play out maybe somewhat similar to the game before. We're seeing Bast again.
Less the damage done and more just the force the raw player to play a classic game instead of just doing their comfortable fast heroic play.
I mean, I think Dobr plays the same way he played last game. Just safer later on. Because Dobr played well last game, and I feel like had a good chance to win. But I feel like the map with the cliffs makes the rock raids even better. I don't like all these walls, though, here. Because a well-placed undermine is going to... will pummel all of this. So I don't know. Like, he's also leaving this wide open. Like, Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Psych! The town center grab instead of the rush. What do you think of this, Ryfang?
I'm trying to think. What benefit is there to going Heimdall here besides just throwing your opponent off and making him kind of anticipate that the pressure's coming? Like, all that extra walling was forced by the god choice, I guess.
Dobr's playing this really good, though. He did not insta-build barracks.
Is that a temple being... or
it's the armory.
Armory? Yes, sorry. So, does spot it immediately.
Yep. He knows. almost should have, as Soup here, gone forward with his army and attacked to force out the defensive barracks and then grabbed a town center. I think in this situation here, this benefits the Ra.
Are we going to see a Scarab push here now? Because he went up fast to begin with.
I would like to see that.
As I found out the other night, not being prepared for Scarab push can be quite brutal if they've got chariot archers behind it.
I think a Scarab push here is good. I mean, still though, your rock raids are so good. And yeah, Heimdall does give you better buildings and cheaper. The safeguard technology also gives more hit points to buildings, as well as more hit points to walls by quite a bit. So we could see Soup potentially walling off the map, but still, you still got the rock raids. He's even getting Blanket of Empress Zoe, so buildings have more crushed armor.
That's really
good.
huge, especially if the Scarab play were to come out.
Yeah, we'll see. I would be surprised to see Dobr go Scarab here. I think we'll see Hathor. I'm really curious to see what he'll do, but I think Hathor will come in.
Gosh, look at the 2TC fast heroic timing out of Soup here.
Hathor.
With a good hill fort. I think Soup's in a really, really strong position here because he's going to be so ahead on eco. If he gets a good hill fort in there on his gold and protects that and keeps his Vil count up, I think a pretty good map for a early rag.
Right, and this is the map where, given where the gold mines are, there's not a one that's even remotely back to where you could get a gold starve in with a Ragnarok.
The rock might be his one saving grace.
Right, you can, because then almost what your response is if your Dobr is maybe to try like a Titan. Get just enough to defend.
One TC turtle and try to rock her ass.
Maybe. We'll see. I would love to have seen a Scarab push here. But it's not the norm for sure, the Scarab attack. Here comes the Migdal. Here comes the Siege Works. So that's pretty standard. Soup's got to watch out, though. He doesn't want to clump up villagers because we have that... I love these walls here. But yeah, we've got the Locust that could come in. Hold on, I got to send somebody a tech. Eco upgrades. Last time Soup was a little bit low on eco upgrades. This time a little bit better. I like that with the he's got the Pegasus relic, so he's got 3 flying scouts. Uh-oh.
Little surprised he didn't have a hero in place here.
He's got the Frost Giant will help. Definitely. The Frost Giant would defend this, but we've got a potential for a massive Locust coming in here. Oh, here comes the Locust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a good Locust there. 6
That's
villagers.
A really good Locust.
Oh, man. 7 at least right there. That was like the one part of the map, too, that Soup did not have line of sight of. Einerjar goes down. That's a lot of villagers to lose early on. I mean, that basically eliminates the second town center so far.
I honestly am a little surprised that Soup didn't just immediately try to have his army in that position to drop a hill fort and protect where all his eco was.
He's doing it here. He's protecting this gold mine, which then tells me if he was planning on building the hill fort here, you got to be careful with where you place your other villagers. These should have been here, right next to the town center. Not here. And this is where, you know, as the Norse player, you hear a lot of whining and complaining about the Locust, which it's very strong, don't get me wrong. But Soup kind of set himself up for this. There's no reason for all those 13 villagers, however many it was, to be here. It's very vulnerable. They could have been right next to the town center. Here comes an Eclipse. Oh, the rock drop on the town center, the siege, the elephants. I'm liking this from Dobr here.
Gotta run those
This
vills
is
away.
really good.
There's no way he's holding it.
There's no way. This is really good play by Dobr. Really
vills.
good.
Get the vills out. Retreat. Retreat.
He's trying
to. No, don't sack them.
No, you gotta fall back. This is scary if you're Dobr.
Don't fight this at all.
So I mean, then in this, oh, he's gonna lose them.
He's gonna lose another 10
No.
vills for nothing. He could have retreated them.
Yeah, they're all gone. And the army up here, we got the Ulfsarks dying to the chariots. The villagers all down. That's another 10 villagers down. Oh, man. Frost Giant got a Creo-Sphinx. I guess that's good, but this is not good. We still have a Frost, but that's now 20 villagers that Suppe has lost. And his town center. He might as well have never bought it. He's losing his entire army here to the point where this is...
I could not have predicted a worse outcome for Suppe than the way this game has gone.
Yeah. Man. This Creo-Sphinx, this Frost Giant, though, kind of a hero, but losing all the army here, if he would not have lost the army, we could have seen a Frost right here just to kind of solidify for a time for Suppe, but he has lost a ton.
That Eclipse was so huge instead of going, having the Eclipse to block the Frost as opposed to the Shifting Sands, which wouldn't have done much.
Yes, that was really good. Really good play by Dobr here.
Suppe should have been predicting that it would come and immediately retreated the vills and had a fallback plan, but instead he just kind of sacked his whole army for nothing.
Yeah, he could have fallen. It wouldn't have been all over if he would have fallen back. But like right now, he's just trickling units into their death over and over. And it's not looking good for Suppe. We've got a lot of chariots, we got a lot of camels, and just not the numbers here for Suppe. And just keeps losing units. The rock is just sucking in units and dropping them out. And now Suppe realizing, yeah, this isn't good. But I feel like even with this push here, that if Suppe would have retained his entire army and his villagers, he could have counterattacked here and got a pretty decent Frost. But now Dobr is way ahead. He's going to get this town center up, and he's up villagers.
Suppe could have been up 10 vills still, and then had all his army and saved it to counter Frost when he went for the TC, but instead he just lost the 10 vills for nothing, and then lost to the army for nothing as well.
Yeah.
Also took a lot of fights before he even had medium upgrades on all his units.
Right, his Ulfsarks were fighting unupgraded. But all is not lost, but a lot was lost. And we see Dobr is loading up some pretty decent upgrades. Medium Axemen, getting irrigation. The temple was destroyed, so we can't build any Frost Giants right now. So that's nothing going there. And this town center is built, which basically kind of protects now these 3 gold mines here. So there's not going to be a gold starve.
His trade route soon.
And now Dobr's doing really well, spreading across the map with different attacks. We've got some camels on the villagers. We've got some chariots and camels down here in the middle. And even with this hill fort here, I mean, I don't know if he can really defend it. And this pressure here really isn't accomplishing a whole lot. I mean, all the villagers, this is the prize. And not being able to push through. I mean, whew. Looks like there's no army here, and then the rock drops all these units, and so much for that. And yeah, Suppe can't push. It's gonna be tough at this point. He'd almost need like a miracle reg, but the miracle reg is not close to coming. And it's killing those camels and going to the berries and chicken. But raffle is triggered by this. But really, though, you could kind of point out and see how this could have prevented. I mean, the locust
could be a completely different game. Like, these are unforced errors on Suppe's end that kind of got us here.
The Locust didn't have to kill that many villagers. I mean, the Locust's going to kill a few villagers, but 7 or 8 that were here, that should not have happened. I feel like the town center was going to go down regardless, no matter what Soup did. But he could retreat and not lose his whole army and be okay.
And the 10 vills that were in the TC that he left in the TC instead of retreating.
Right. So we'll probably see a frost in here pretty soon because we've got enough of an army to defend this. I mean, it's going to be a frost that's just going to kind of delay. It's not going to save anything as far as like Soup is concerned. But I don't know. I guess he's trying to fight this for as long as he can. We've got a rock with... Ooh, I like this rock drop. Is going to come to the base. That could actually kill the town center there, potentially. We've got some Jarls on the Petsuchos. So that will kill the Petsuchos, but I don't know if he should have cast Frost at some point, maybe. Rock, we can see, is slowly flying in on the mini-map. This Petsuchos is down. Soup will probably be able to control this. But we've got the rock drop. Do you Frost this and panic? You might be able to defend this. The rock should not have flown away there. Yeah, I think Soup will be able to defend this. And we've got it all over the gold mine here, or all over the army, but Soup needs to, I think, get out a frost here and slow down the eco. Get on the elephants! Kill them! Come on! You got what's one attack in it?
One villager doing all the
No,
work.
we do have the frost down here to get on the villagers, but okay, we've got the tower upgrade. We got the elephant, so this is gonna be close. I think he's gonna save it. He is just going to save it. There's still one elephant left. He jumped in, but the elephant's almost dead. So the elephant will die. The town center just barely lives. We got frost down here.
Could Dobr be getting into gold trouble here?
He's only at 8.
He's got his gold villagers frosted. He's got his gold mine on the opposite side of the map completely walled off, and losing a lot of units inefficiently here during the frost to the point where he's kind of going to be gold starved in a second here.
Imagine if Soup has his 15 villagers, he didn't lose.
Imagine if Dobr was prepared for that.
Well, I mean, you should be prepared. I mean, I don't know. I feel like, though, Dobr probably underestimated the damage that would be done here because of how much damage Dobr did. But, yeah, this game's kind of close again. I still give the edge to Dobr here because he's still ahead with 2 town centers.
2 TCs to 1 and the Vill count.
Yeah.
Is just...
Yeah, I feel like this hold here is enough to get Dobr to...
The other thing we're forgetting that Soup just had his whole food eco idle for a good minute dealing with that rock drop on his main TC, so he didn't really have the eco to back up that frost at all.
Okay, here comes a frost giant out. Get on the Petsuchos. Can he reach it? Can he reach the Petsuchos? He's trying. The range on the frost is good. Okay, all right. But yeah, this is fine for Dobr here to defend this. It's okay. Because he can just fall back, and it's all right. But I think there's, between now the gold that he's gathering with the mercenaries, if he needs to, he should be able to defend his town center. And as long as the town center's up, you're not getting on the gold mine. First line of eco upgrades. Though, Soup needs to be careful. Because if Dobr runs in, like... Oh, man.
Siege tower, although the rock
is almost dead. He's got 29. The rock, he knows it. But yeah, you run in just to one siege.
The siege tower can get sniped, but I think the Sphinx would clean it up.
Oh, does he even notice? Got to push down here. This is a good push, but this...
Oh, no!
No! Okay, he got it. Oh, the villagers react right away. Instant react. Does he get the 1 pound in? The Sphinx... Oh! 14! One more hit from either unit.
I had no idea
14.
The Sphinx would be that low.
I didn't know the Sphinx was that low too. Oh man. But does defend down here. Look at all these villagers. Oh man.
A lot of idle Vill time at least.
Yeah.
But I think Soup's strength is the Frost Giant numbers, and he did lose 1 Frost Giant.
Do we see 1 camel run in?
Little surprised Soup doesn't just send one unit back to start repairing that a little bit.
Soup's taking the score lead. He's still behind in villagers. But yeah, there are a lot of axemen out here and not too many infantry anymore. But 14 hit points. Man, you could send in like 2 villagers and kill it. Oh man, there are no heroes, just 1 priest.
I like that hill fort. That's a really good hill fort. That's gonna
It's aggressive.
allow him to put more pressure on that TC.
I'd like to see one of these units repairing the town center. Oh, here comes Senseway the second. Got to get out of here. You don't have any units to kill him. Yep, there you go. All right. Okay. How are the eco upgrades? Just the first line. We continue.
Soup's down on Vills, but I think he can put a bit of Vill pressure and force some idle time that'll kind of get him back in it a little.
He could maybe put some pressure on this. What are these?
Snipe the priest, snipe the priest.
The Bow of Artemis. He doesn't really need that, but it's nice to have it. Soup needs to fall back and grab a town center right now. He's kind of stuck. Like he doesn't want to fight this because he's way behind in military.
Really bad fight.
Yeah, don't
damage
fight this.
the frost giants.
Don't fight this. You have no
Especially when
way.
you've got the hill fort support that would do so much damage to anything that tried to follow you backwards.
But the hill fort's just shooting at this town center. But the priests, they're not a whole lot of micro here with the priests. Okay, go back. Well, as soon as you see the mercenaries, fall back. Get out of here. Go, 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 go,
Soup's
go.
just losing so many units and
that's
not
way.
really...
Yeah, he's not. I mean, it's a lot of villager idle
was the
time.
frost giant number.
Oh!
Not only did you just lose the fight, but now you're gonna lose your hill fort as well.
They do have skin of the rhino. That's why the second is almost down.
Looks like he refocused the hill fort
Okay,
finally.
a random. We got the undermine in on the town center. We got all these villagers coming forward. Do we have a building upgrade? No building upgrade. Don't even have safeguard. Would be nice to have that. Battering ram on the town center. The town center's not going to go down. Goldmine is out. I mean, he's got these in the back.
Snipe the pharaoh.
Snipe the pharaoh. He's 13 hit points. This it's close. I think it'll go down. Boy, this pharaoh living for so long is so big. Oh, a lot of villagers going down though.
The Vill count is gonna even.
I don't necessarily know if it was worth it.
Dobr's gold starved too, so the units could be running out in a second here, and then
Yeah.
it's just a lot of priests.
Yeah,
I think if Soup falls back and then repressures in a couple of seconds, I think he'll be able to get some pressure in.
there's a lot of priests here though. I mean, I think though if Dobr's able to make mercenaries, he'll be okay. But you can see he doesn't have any, but Soup's gonna have to fall. There's just too much.
Big
Too much here.
There from Soup.
Yeah. Soup's got to grab a town center. Here. Grab a town center. You'll be okay. Okay, Dobr's.
Vill count.
He did. He did even up.
And again, just like last game, Soup with the really good farm micro that's going to help him as the game goes on.
And he is repairing. Does not have winter harvest. Would like to see that. Such a huge technology. I do believe Sigma.
The problem is he's dumping all the favor into the frost giants.
Yeah. Well, it's what you want. I mean, look at this.
This
like
is actually okay for Soup, I think. Maybe not.
It's such a huge. Senseway the second goes down. I mean, it's such a huge choke point. Though.
Here would be really strong.
Yeah, I think the Jarls maybe need to stop, and the Huskarls come in. Free siege with no siege. Well, the nice thing now, and I feel like...
Go ahead.
Well, I feel like Soup should probably stop Frost Giants for now, because if he stops making Frost Giants, you've now got 9 priests that are basically useless.
Your point was similar to mine. Mine was Dobr's overcommitted to priest and just had all his vills idle off of gold, killing that hill fort. So if Soup kind of resets, Dobr's got a kind of priest-heavy army and not many military units, and was gold starved for a bit with the vills idle, so he wasn't making military units. So Soup kind of had a bit of a military comp advantage there.
Yeah. Still, this Wait, get the Sphinx. Man, it's just so hard to push through here. I mean, yeah, it's getting to the point where because Soup has so many villagers now, 64, he doesn't have much room for an army. So there's...
He has taken the Vil lead. I mean, it was... How many Vils was he down? 20?
20,
50
yeah.
Vils now?
Yeah. He needs to grab a town center. Like, he has the opportunity now. He can fall back for a minute, grab a town center. Well, the town center is being repaired, so he's up to 1,200. So he's okay. Yeah, I feel like Soup is maybe kind of losing his way a little bit here with this nonstop pressure.
He does keep getting Vil picks, so that's the one good thing is, I mean, it's costing him the fight itself, but at the same time, he's dealing eco damage by getting Vil picks. How did that camel get in there?
I'm thinking there's a hole right here. I'm trying to look around the corner there and see. But yeah, these throwing axemen need to put up a town center.
Soup just keeps going back in.
Yeah, you gotta stop at some point. Because even with the... Oh, he's grabbing this one and the villagers are coming. Okay, he is forcing these villagers back because of all of this coming over here, but he's not going to grab this. Nice little raid here. Get on the ox cart. Really nice. We have Dobr just grabbing a bunch of town centers now. That's good. We've got a lot of priests here. There's not a lot of an army here, though, now from Dobr. I mean, it's just mostly priests. But Dobr... What? Go ahead.
Where did Dobr's Vils taking a second TC come? Is Food Eco at home?
Wood.
Okay, wood. Because Dobr is food and gold starved at the moment.
Oh, this is good. I like this, grabbing the town center for Dobr. And this is where Soup delaying grabbing town centers is really hurting him. He didn't just get safeguard. We can see, does it improve? It does improve heal force. 190 more hit points. That's nice. Yeah, Soup is... But he could have, like, sent one unit to build this a long time ago. This is not good. Because up 4 town centers, Dobr can just go max pop heroic army and be fine.
The range units with the pop advantage just trade so efficiently against
Right.
Norse.
Chariots. These 3... Oh, man, this ox cart is almost dead, too. That's really good. Dwarves trying to protect the ox cart, but where is the closest ox cart now? Here? No. There? Ooh, that hurts. Yeah,
A little surprised we didn't see like a full wall off from Soup, because it does shut down the Egyptian heroic army harass at least.
Yeah, you almost did. Okay, killed some more. I feel like Soup's maybe potentially could get a surprise attack in on this town center. If he keeps the army defensive here and then swoops over and gets on this town center, he might be able to surprise it. He's going over here a little too soon, I think. Because he has no units to...
Doesn't really have much siege damage, the frost giants at all, and the heavy throwing axemen comp.
Right. And we do have masons as well, so that's really good. And Soup is at a... Because of these raids on the gold, he currently has no gold to replenish his resources. But here he comes. He is coming in on this town center. We've got a chariot raid coming back. Yeah, just imagine. He just needs one little wall here. He noticed, so he is sending some raiders back. And on this town center, trying to get it down. But Dobr hasn't...
Be focusing the Vils or the TC?
The TC. Because you have to get the TC down as quick as you can. Yeah. Okay. Okay, he's sending another. This is actually fine for Soup.
That's
there.
a good trade for Soup.
Yes. Here. We need to see mercenaries being trained out of here. Okay, here they are. Here are the mercs. And I mean, Dobr has enough to fund mercs for days. I like that these throwing axemen are actually safe from getting attacked here. Oh, he's putting up some watchtowers, safeguard watchtowers. I like it. If they get crenellations, they'll just pummel.
That's really good tower spot, because I don't think Dobr's got any siege over there.
Oh, Soup did not get his second. Look at the ecos. Soup's got a nice eco. But see here now, I mean, now the difficulty
There is siege.
Yeah, the difficulty that Soup has is that he's going to be fighting down Pop. And as soon as fortified town centers comes in, I don't think this town center goes down. But now we have the watchtowers up. They do have crenellations. But the siege tower will go down. I like the mass throwing axeman here with the towers is actually pretty solid. Now this plot is thickening. I feel like if Soup can get even town centers, he might be in an okay spot.
The map is kind of open for Rag at the moment. Still, Dobr's been kind of on the back foot and hasn't fortified with walls and stuff as much as he probably would have liked.
Yeah. So where's this army going? Oh, he's defending this.
I think he may try to put pressure on the forward TC. He just put up a hill fort near it, right? So he could get some rams out to actually be able to siege it down this time. And then the Egyptian army's kind of slow. The only problem is Dobr saw him kind of running away.
Dobr's a little behind in this reaction.
Dobr gonna go all in on the gold eco?
It looks like it. But the nice defense here. The raiding cavalry and Huskarls will defend it. We've got a hill fort coming here. I would like to see a wall here. And a little bit more aggressive walls from Soup. You know, wall here to here, wall over to there, and wall this. And that would really cut down on the mobility. But here comes the raid.
Get a good trade on the raid, but the problem is it's buying Dobr time. He's the one on the 4 TC to 2 advantage, and the longer he stays on it, Osiris is going to come soon, which is going to give him 4 defense. And
yeah.
So
I don't know. This army got leveled for very little out of it.
Buying Dobr time, though.
Yeah. Ooh, here comes 2 siege tower just coming out right away.
Check
like to see
the
it.
forward TC of Dobr. Is there a hill fort there, and is it making anything go up slightly?
Right here.
There is a hill fort, but it's not making any rams yet. Soup's problem here is he's got the good map control, but he doesn't really have any siege to threaten the TCs.
Right.
And it's just buying Dobr time, who's on 4 TCs, plus the Son of Osiris is about to come up.
And he won't have any, unless he ages up to Mythic, which he's been sitting on like 5,000 food forever, and hasn't quite gone up yet.
He has the eco to go up. He should be going up at the moment.
Yes, he should have. Yes, he should be up.
And I think a Rag could take down those 2 bottom TCs and shut off the trade and kill off those golds.
Yeah, I think it's too late for the Reg, though.
You don't need to win it. You just need to get the map control back with it. I mean, even just he should have trade up, and with floating 4K food, you could have a massive trade going that would bring you back after the Rag as well.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a trade route, though. He needs to get on this. The only thing that's killing this hill fort is the tower here. He needs to get on that. Because throwing X-Men are
Does he have crenellations out?
He does, but it can't shoot the mercenary right now. Hold on 1 second. I gotta pause for a minute.
Yeah, go for it. Thing tier coming.
Yeah, what do you
Stoop finally?
What do you think of tier instead of Balder?
I'm still a big Rag fan, but I guess the one exception is because he doesn't have the trade up. That would have delayed the Rag another 2 or 3 minutes for him to get trade, because he wasn't going to win the game with Rag, so he would have had to have the trade going behind the Rag to rebuild in order to use the Rag. So I guess he couldn't really go Rag here. Do like these Rams if he can pick off that Minkle and start hammering on that TC plus tier coming in.
Dobr doesn't have much gold. The one thing though you could do with Balder is just not use Rag and Fire Giants and
I think
Balder
he needs to shift
upgrade.
The map. With the Son of Osiris coming, he needs to shift the map control and shift it now. So I think the tier actually is going to really be helpful in a second here.
Dobr doesn't have a lot of gold.
He's putting pressure on multiple fronts, so the tier coming in and creating some more chaos. You could trap the Son of Osiris out of position. He's kind of got Dobr fighting at 3 or 4 different locations, which is
Yeah.
working in Soup's advantage at the moment.
Yeah, Dobr or Soup really needs to get this town center down like now. That's I think is going to be his only opportunity is to get this town center down right now, right after the Fimbulwinter or during. He hopes probably that a Fimbulwinter spawn comes here. It doesn't. I mean, this is pretty solid, but
Does get the Son of Osiris trapped a bit here.
Get on,
Although
Osiris.
Son of Osiris does have backup units.
Yeah, I think these wolves actually spawned in as bad a position as they could. Oh, he did get a spawn up here.
Okay.
Okay, he did. The 4 spawn. So he gets 4 spawns because Dobr has 4 town centers. It's actually one of those things where Fimbulwinter is stronger if you're down 4 to 2 town centers.
Does oh.
But he's not going to have the push for
clean up
this.
the Rams though.
Mm-hmm.
And the Son of Osiris is there to help defend. Soup's he had all this pressure a second ago, and now Fimbul's finally cast, and the pressure has
got nothing.
disappeared at that point.
Yeah, it just disappeared. Like, they're equal in pop right now, which is insane. But he needs to get upgraded Siege, and he's not getting... He is getting Berserker Gang, which improves the... that's the Huskarl upgrade, right?
I thought that's the Ulfsark one.
Well, let's see. Oh, it is the Ulfsark one. Yep. I almost would have preferred to see Fimbulwinter wait until he had upgraded Siege and a couple more units here, which would have taken some time. But, I mean, look at this. Like, just a few units down here. Look how many Axemen are down here. This is a ton of population right now for Dobr that's out of position.
I don't think Dobr's he's at
117.
660 vills, so his food
Yeah.
eco isn't that great.
Man.
And he's losing vills with all the fighting everywhere.
Yeah. I mean,
Soup can wall off the trade route and shut down that 20 vills of Dobr's
Mm-hmm.
eco, then he's in an okay spot.
oh, I love these towers with the ballista. He needs to get burning pitch though. But these villagers...
Oh my gosh, look at the villagers just melt.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're just surviving a little bit for this, but that's...
You can keep both ballista alive.
I do like... Actually, I like the ballista here.
Oh,
Nope,
he
just
lost
died.
one of the ballista.
The ballista can get on the Osiris and be okay. But yeah, I would love to see kind of what you mentioned is it would be great to send in like 5 Ulfsark and manage to sneak them back here and get this wall off.
There's a big gap between the TCs that he could just wall off. He doesn't even need to go back there. Just
Well, there's the Migdal here. But we need to see burning pitch. It improves the ballista so much, but he's a little low on
Soup's
gold.
still got a really good eco.
He needs more eco upgrades, so. Oh, double mummies over here.
They'll love a trade route from Soup. He's got all the food eco in the world. He just...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's getting to the point where Soup is maybe a little bit over.
More towers in Ballista. There's a
Yeah.
lot of axemen out, so the
Yeah,
towers would be really effective here.
yeah. Well, Soup has no trade. That's where it is.
Knight the Son of Osiris too with the Ballista. Yeah, there he goes. One of the Ballista, I think, just focused the Son of Osiris.
Mhm.
And those things just melt it.
They do. They do. Got to get on this. You got to be a few more units here. So, like, Soup's problem here is he has to keep some pressure over here, so Dobr has to defend. But he doesn't really have enough units over here to pressure this side without all of this. Like, right now, I think that Soup's opportunity is to just kind of lose this whole army and full on here. He's got the 4 ballista.
I think he still needs to mix it up though, because I think the second the game turns into a one front fight, it goes in Dobr's favor with the massive population advantage.
Oh, Soup's going to be blocked from gold. I guess there's this gold here. Where does he go to get more gold? You got a mummy raid on the villagers. I mean, it's okay for Soup to lose villagers. He's got a little too many. It's the gold that he can't afford to lose. And now we've got all the mercenaries coming in here. Yeah.
TC's not going to die, and the mercs are going to clean up the ballista.
Right.
I almost think, yeah, he should have built more towers, I think, and walled as well,
Right.
potentially.
trying to get on the Osiris. I mean, these villagers, I mean, the mercenaries do die, but they're kind of killing the list at the same rate. And now we got all these villagers coming in, and
I do wonder if Soup is over-ecoed a bit, and it's impacting his military.
he is. He's just not over-ecoed for gold, and that's what's going to kill him. Is he has resources, but not gold. So, like, I think he might lose because of gold.
And he's got a lot of population tied up into eco, yet can't make units because he doesn't have the gold.
Mm-hmm. The lack of the trade route. Like, he could have built a trade route and been fine, but now this push is nowhere. And Dobr is kind of solidified now to the point where...
Dobr's up to 180 pop.
Right. I don't know if he can respond here. Oh, man. We all love the Norse. We all want the Norse to win, but I don't think it's quite going to work out. We do see a little bit of a back build, but can he afford it? And will it even succeed? Because we got so many units back here, and you still got this market here that you got to try to wall off. The push is happening there. Like, the multi-pronged attack is great, and you need it to some extent, but at some point, the multi-prong attack needs to stop, and it's all on one front, like right after you have the opponent off balance. I don't know why he's not on this gold mine here. How much? I don't know how much is left on it.
Looks pretty low.
Yeah.
I don't know why he hasn't started trade. He's floating food, he's floating wood. You just send one unit, spam 3 markets, and you can have trade out in a few minutes.
Yeah.
It's not like he doesn't have the resources to set it up.
I don't think it's coming anytime soon. We've even got some villagers over here. There's still 1,300 gold in that. He could have mined that. But yeah, I think it's just the mercenaries, and there's only one tower here, so the mercenaries can defend, and he's kind of forced to defend here too, because this is his only gold mine, so don't think it's quite gonna work out. Pharaoh's losing his life fast. There goes the son of Osiris. He's down. That's good, but I don't know at this point. The trade route's too solidified. I don't know if he can make it work.
Down to 100 pop.
Yeah.
I think he just had the trade. I think he'd be taking that 3rd TC and evening it up.
Well, he's been doing a lot. Hard to get everything done, though. Realistically, it's just building a market and putting an auto queue on. So, could have done it. But at this point, he doesn't, and I think we're about over. Eco upgrades are like being saved for next game, I guess. And this is a nice side build here. Once this wall comes up, the siege can just be hide behind here, and that'll be the end of that town center. And we don't see much pressure anymore from Suppe, who is still
down at 90 pop. Yeah. His pop's going in the right direction.
Yeah. Going down.
Now we have a market. 38 men's in.
2 of them, actually.
Like I said, he's floating thousands of food and wood for the last 10 minutes plus, so not like that could have been.
And again, we go back in time to where he was pressuring here and had resources to build the town center. He could have had this town center without a fight. But again, when you're watching, it's easy to...
He played all this rest of the game so well. Right. Constant pressure, fighting everywhere.
Yeah. You're not going to be perfect. There's going to be mistakes. Dobr's done just enough to survive. Suppe did really well to come back into the game after those early losses, but not quite enough.
I think the biggest thing is the fact that this game even went 40 minutes with how awful that start was for Suppe is insanely impressive.
Right. Mummies are down. You know, this wall is not...
Just those 10 vills. Lost 10 vills for absolutely no reason, because he didn't retreat them from the TC, and if he'd had those 10 vills, we'd be looking at a completely different game.
Yeah, it's amazing when you kind of have these long games. And while, yes, I mean, there'll be so many little things here and there, but you can always point to just a couple specific moments that really hurt or completely removed a player's chance. And got the catapult coming out, about to come out here. Here it is. I think there is still a hole underneath this wall here in that tree. So you'll want to probably fill that hole out. Does he realize that there's a hole there? Yeah, he does. All right, he noticed. And there's no way to push through here if you're Soup at this point. How are you going to push? Yeah, he's just got no pressure, and that is it. GG, well played. What a series, though. A lot of fun games. This game looked like it was over. Soup pulled it all the way back and then let us down.
Great effort from Soup, but again, just I think Soup outplayed him 110%, but just had a few critical mistakes that dug him too much of a hole to come back from.
Yep, no market. Lost a few too many bills early. But well played overall. I mean, well played by both players. Really well done. I mean, this is amazing to me. Despite all of these early Vil kills and deaths and everything, you still ahead in economy. Like all game. No market trade, still ahead. But couldn't quite do it. Never could quite get that town center. He had chances in this area here, which is when Dobr was really low in population. But once it got up to the 43-man army here, just a little too late. Not quite enough. A lot of resources floated too.
All the food and wood.
Yeah,
especially the food. He was at 4K food at one point early, before he had even gone mythic.
Yeah, GG. Army upgrades not super good. GG, well played by both. All series really fun to watch. It was fun. I
think this series was 3 times as long as the series we cast.
Yeah, I know. But all right, what a series. Let's give Dobr his final win to move on. And so Dobr moves on in the bottom bracket to play Chemo in the next round. So I'll have that for you next, hopefully with Ryfang along. But that's it for tonight.
That'll be a fun series.
Yeah.
Dobr kind of, again, plays the standard raw Boomy style play, and Chemo does the same.
Well, I think Chemo will do non-raw. That's my guess. That's my prediction going in. But all right, well, that's it for tonight. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks Ryfang for casting with me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch y'all another time, hopefully soon. Another cast maybe. And I'll see y'all later. So bye everybody.